Saints youth football program with their cheerleading squads. Hamilton is blessed to have 2 youth feeder programs supporting our elementary age students. We look forward to seeing you play for the Big Blue in the future. First up will be the Hamilton Saints, and we'd like to recognize the Hamilton Saints president and former Hamilton High School star standout, Wallace Morris, and wish him a very special happy birthday. First up, we have the K1 football led by head coach Tez Livingston and his staff. Next up, we have our 2nd grade football led by head coach Keon Whitaker and his staff. Now our 3rd grade football led by head coach Charles Reagans and his staff. Next up is our 5th grade football team led by head coach Chris Collins and his staff. And now our 6th grade football team led by head coach Rakeem Caver and his coaching staff. And now the Saints cheerleaders, coached by Janet Wheeler, Tabitha Bear, and Rihanna McKenzie. Now up, our Hamilton Little Blue program. First, the K1 football team, led by head coach Nicholas Hayes and his staff. And also the K1 cheerleaders, led by coaches Katie Daniels, Ashley Robbins, and Destiny Hernandez. Now our 2nd grade football team, led by head coach Jacob Robertson and his staff. And also the 2nd grade cheerleaders, led by Brooke O'Connor and Brittany Gadd. Next up, the 3rd grade football team, led by head coach Damon Price and his staff. And also our 3rd grade cheerleaders, led by Shelby Roberts, Morgan Stephen, and Sky Felty. Now the 4th grade football team, led by head coach Stephen Jones and his staff. And also the 4th grade cheerleaders, led by Kayla Smith and Haley Suttles. Next up, our 5th grade football team, led by head coach Kevin Chestnut and his staff. and also the 5th grade cheerleaders led by Morgan Stevens and Shelby Roberts. And our 6th grade football team, led by head coach Alex Kuhn and his staff. And also our 6th grade cheerleaders, led by Shelby Roberts and Morgan Stevens. The Hamilton High School Athletic Department would like to thank all of the coaches and parents for their commitment to both programs and congratulate all the players for their hard work and great seasons. Ladies and gentlemen, please help give us a hand to these future Hamilton Big Blue football players and cheerleaders. Introducing the 2025 state qualified Hamilton Big Blue Marching Band and Color Guard. Being led onto the field by drum majors Keegan McDonald, Axel Rivera Garcia, and Justin Altamirano, with color guard captains Riley Thrasher, Bella Musgrave, and Daisy Velasco. Please stand and clap along with the playing of the Hamilton High fight song. we'd like you to celebrate America with us as the band plays This Is My Country. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please stand for the playing of our national anthem, being performed this evening by members of the Hamilton High School Small String Ensemble, directed by Matthew Pfeiffer. The colors are being presented by the Hamilton High School ROTC. Carrying the national colors, Vanessa Schuff. Carrying the Navy JROTC colors, Garcia Maldonado. In the rifle escorts, Samuel Main and Haley Kurtz. And now join along with the playing of the Big Blue Alma Mater. Please remember to support the band by visiting the main concession stand near the end zone for some refreshments throughout the game. We have fresh baked Richard's Pizza and our famous horseshoe tacos and burgers. And also a giant bake sale tonight, and they have closeout prices on our spear table. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Superintendent Mrs. Adria Blevins, Hamilton High School Principal.
A terrific Friday night to you. Welcome to Hamilton Big Blue Football on TV Hamilton. My name is Sean Stidham. My tag team partner is Jason Williams. And tonight, it is rivalry time as the Hamilton Big Blue take on the Fairfield Indians. The Border Bowl, Jason, as a lot of people like to call this game. A lot of the players, coaches, they're neighbors. They live sometimes a couple of streets from each other. They see each other at Bridgewater Falls. They see each other around the area. They're going to see each other at Operation Pumpkin this weekend. But tonight, it's on the gridiron, and it's a rivalry. Throw the records out the window. Anything else we can say, as us gas bags like to say, but it's going to be a big contest, big game tonight.
Yeah, to your point, Sean, when you have a rivalry game, doesn't matter what the records are, doesn't matter what the team has been doing, if they've been hot or they're cold, it's a rivalry game. It's GMC. Both teams need a win, and I think it's going to be it's a great atmosphere. It's Friday night. We got the perfect weather, and again, they know each other. They know their families. The other families know each other's families, so it's going to be an interesting contest tonight.
Let's talk about the Big Blue. They come in 1-6 overall, 1-5 at the GMC, and let's just call it what it is. Nobody thought that this was going to be the results when you started the season. They went 17-7 over the last 2 years, but they've had some struggles this year. You're a former West Virginia Mountaineer, right? You've played the game.
So they tell me.
So I've heard. I haven't seen the video yet, black and white, I think. But my question to you is, when you were on a team that maybe you weren't where you thought you were going to be midway through the season, how does the team stay motivated? How do they rally around? How do they keep getting out there every Friday or Saturday and putting on the pads and doing what they do?
Well, Sean, it's easy when you're winning. As you know, when you're winning, everything's going well. Everybody likes you. But when you're losing, it's a different type of element. So it's important for not only the kids to stick together, but also the coaching needs to be more strategic in terms of what they're doing. And Coach Arvey talked about that in terms of changing practice habits, doing the things that may get him over the hump. One thing I noticed when we had a conversation with him is, in all the games, it was 2 plays here, 1 play here. So if they can play a complete game, i.e. finish the whole game, then they have a shot to win today.
Yeah, we got a chance to see J.D. Vonderheide on the coaching staff before the game. He was talking about the fact that, we're 1 or 2 plays away. Arvey earlier this week said, we're in every game. We're just not making enough play. And Arvey, let's be honest, if you know Arvey Crouch, he calls it as he sees it. He doesn't mince words. He just said, basically, the GMC ain't no joke. We've got no room for mistakes. And he maybe have never spoken more truer words than that. Meanwhile, we look at the Fairfield Indians, and this is a team 4-3 overall, 4-2 in GMC. New coach this year with Justin Roden coming in after 5 years at Oak Hills. They beat Mason last week in a wild overtime win, 14-13. Mason went for the 2 at the end, didn't get it. Fairfield got the win. But Fairfield comes in winning 3 of their last 4. But, Jason, they've not won on the road. What is it sometimes about home versus away that sometimes psychologically gets into a team's head?
I think just being comfortable. When you're at home, you're comfortable with your surroundings. You don't have to, this may sound crazy, Sean, but you don't have to get on a bus. You don't have to travel anywhere. You're in your own locker. You're not in an opponent's locker. And the difference a lot of times when you're on the road is focus. How focused are you knowing that you're not going to be in your locker room, that you got to get on the bus? All those things matter when you're traveling on the road. So it's imperative for the road team to come in focused and ready to play.
We'll talk about playoffs and how this all plays out later. But for the Fairfield Indians, a win tonight would equal their win total over the past 2 seasons. And Coach Roden was saying before the game, I'm just hoping that maybe since it wasn't that far of a drive, maybe we won't have that same, jinx when it comes to playing on the road. But as we see on the field right now, the Hamilton Big Blue won the toss. They deferred, so they will kick off. The Indians will receive. Your officials for tonight's ballgame: referee is Jeff Bailey. Umpire Grant Stanley. Linesman is Chad Harlan. Lines judge is Ron Baird. Back judge is Kyle Bonick. And the center judge is Corey Frizzell. Big Blue, as you can see in their home uniforms, all dark blue with the gray helmets, and they're kicking away to Fairfield in all white, bounces at the 28 and picked up around the 16-yard line and coming right at the middle, trying to bounce around to the near side up to the 30 and finally brought down at about the 32-yard line. Nice field position for the Indians as they'll come out on offense.
Yes, Sean, the most important thing for a road team is to get off to a good start. So it's going to be imperative for Fairfield to get in their sets, get in their formations, and try to just get one first down, another first down, and try to get, obviously, Hamilton in some situations where they can take advantage of it.
And we talk about some of the more talented players on this Big Blue ball club. You look at the defensive line of Hamilton. You've got Eckley Bridges, 6'3", 255, number 59. He's committed to Kent State. Mason Holbrook, a Miami, Ohio commit, 6'4", 275, number 33. And playing this scheme, the 3-3 broken stack, that's really anchored by the defensive line.
Yeah, when you have guys that are committed, D1 commits, then you're going to lean on those guys, especially early on in this game.
Don Beck, the quarterback for Fairfield, takes a snap, empty backfield, toss over the middle, caught at the 40-yard line, and then turning upfield and brought down at about the 47-yard line. That's going to be a first down for the Indians.
Great start for the Indians. Nice curl route. Made the play, broke a tackle, and now they got a first down, and now they can get going. They can speed it up a little bit, get Hamilton maybe to do some things they don't want to do. But, again, nice start for the Fairfield Indians.
First and 10 now for the Indians. Tackle made for Hamilton by D.J. Bryant. Single back to the right of Beck. House goes in motion. Now a pass near side. That is caught by Lewis. Kobe Lewis now getting upfield and very close to a first down. The junior co-captain on this team. And that's going to be very close to a first down. We'll see where the men in stripes decide, and the chain gang is going to move. So it's 2 plays, 2 first downs for the Indians.
The one thing we're seeing right away is Fairfield doing short routes with quick guys. Quick guys are breaking tackles. Quick guys are getting yards after contact. So that continues. Hamilton's going to have to maybe change their defense a little bit, maybe go a little bit more man-to-man.
And now we got a flag. First time we've seen Laundry on the field so far tonight. And this is going to go against the Big Blue.
Sideline warning on the Big Blue.
Simple sideline warning, so we're not going to move the ball on that one. 10:55 in the first quarter, first and 10 as the Fairfield Indians now work at their own at the Big Blue 42-yard line.
Yeah, Sean, they're kind of in that mid-range, so maybe Fairfield takes a shot deep. Let's see what happens.
And now single back formation. Lewis will go in motion to the near side. Lining up in the slot. Beck now takes a snap, handoff, and going right up the middle. That's Booker, the freshman, and he gets brought down at about the 36-yard line. Corius Booker, freshman so far this year, 482 yards, 5 touchdowns. And I believe number 8 so far in the GMC when it comes to rushing. As a freshman, that's pretty good.
That is very good for a freshman to come in and put up the stats that he's put up so far. That's great. Looks like Fairfield's mixing it up. A little bit of run, a little bit of pass.
Spread formation for the Indians. Booker remains in the backfield to the left of Beck. Quarterback with the snap, looks to the left side, and that is going to be caught at the 30-yard line. And again, another first down for the Fairfield Indians right now having their way, just simply moving left to right.
Yeah, quarterback is dialed in. He's got receivers that are wide open. Looks like Hamilton's playing just a simple zone, but there's some openings in that zone, and Fairfield's taking advantage of them.
Talking to the Hamilton staff about Don Back, the quarterback for Fairfield, basically he's a senior. He's not flashy. He's a little conservative, but he gets the job done. So far coming into the game tonight, 657 yards, 7 touchdown passes on the season. First and 10 now from the Big Blue 27-yard line. Back looks like he's going to try and throw. Now under pressure, rolls out to his left. He does have the wheels to run. He's going to get a first down before going out of bounds. I believe it's going to be a first down. Very close, but it looks like it's going to be enough for a first down. But I think we have a flag on the play. And we'll see what the men in stripes say about this. That's going to be holding against Fairfield, so a break for Big Blue. And so first penalty of the game against the Indians.
Yeah, big penalty on Fairfield. The quarterback had a nice run, probably down to the 8-yard line. Now it's all coming back. But again, you're going to have to fight through that. Penalties happen. Let's see what Fairfield can do now. But Hamilton has to do a better job in their zone principles and their zone coverage.
So now it's going to be first and 20 as Fairfield gets backed up to the Big Blue 37-yard line. 9:25 to play in the first quarter. Another snap, pass over on the near side by Booker. That's deflected, almost picked off. Hamilton right there in the vicinity couldn't get a hand on it, but that is going to be second down.
Dangerous play for Fairfield. Little screen action with the running back flaring out and almost an interception by Hamilton.
Number of games around the Greater Miami Conference tonight. Obviously, we've got Hamilton and Fairfield. Colerain's at Lakota East tonight. Lakota West hosting Sycamore. Middletown on the road at Mason. And Oak Hill's hosting Princeton tonight. All those games happening around the Greater Miami Conference. Last week, Hamilton fell at Princeton, 28-16. We mentioned that Fairfield got the win in overtime against Mason last week, 14-13. And so now they're talking to Coach Roden. Officials want to talk about something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're talking about.
I want to take a moment to thank Hamilton City Schools, the City of Hamilton, as well as Hamilton Community Foundation for their support of TV Hamilton, able to allow us to bring this game to you and all the TV Hamilton programming, courtesy of those three partners, and we greatly appreciate their support. So whatever the conversation was about, I think it's been rectified. So now they're coming over to talk to RV Crouch. I love when they have these long conversations and the officials come over and just go back, guys. It's fine. You don't need nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see.
Much to do about nothing.
All right, so now Indians will break the huddle. 2nd and 20 now. Again, working from the Hamilton 37-yard line. We have 9:22 left to play in the first quarter. Single back formation. And that's going to be Wheeler in the backfield. And now going right up the middle, and not much room there. Nice job by the defensive line again from Hamilton to get in there and make the stop.
Yeah, it looks like the Big Blue defense came up big. Quarterback keeper. Everybody played their position, and Hamilton was able to make the tackle. Nice job by that defensive line holding their blocks.
Bridges in there on the tackle for the Big Blue. Talk about Wheeler for Fairfield. You will see Wheeler and Booker kind of sharing the responsibility. They're about even in carries, 50-50 each guy. Yeah,
I think in this day and age, you got to have 2 or 3 running backs, especially the way they're passing and running at the same time.
Big opportunity here, 3rd and 16 for the Big Blue. They need a stop here. Snap to the quarterback. He rolls out to the right. Under pressure, gets wrapped up, got away with it. Now it gets hit again. Flag on the play. And let's see what this is. That was a great job there by Hamilton.
By Mason Holbrook.
Mason Holbrook got in there on the stop.
It'll be holding on the Indians.
And Indians going to be called for the hold. That will be declined. And so great job there by the Big Blue defense. And how about that, as again, former defensive player yourself, Jason, talk about Holbrook and that hit.
Anytime you have a great defensive line, you can do a lot with your other players. Those 3 guys are studs, and you can see it on that play. They got through the line, three-man rush, and they were able to get to the quarterback. Very hard to do, but when you got guys that are, again, D1 commits, you'll lean on those guys early on in the game.
And so now Fairfield will be forced to punt, and they get it away. And now Hamilton comes up, and fair catch at about the 18-yard line. And that's where the Big Blue will start off things, make it the 19-yard line. And we get to see Big Blue coming out on offense for the first time. Very excited, Jason, to watch Andre Bailey, the running back, 853 yards on the ground, 9 touchdowns. On the season, 5'10", 190 pounds. Quite simply, he's a highlight reel. Very fun to watch. A couple coaches said, we think he's actually leads the league unofficially in explosive plays. He's just amazing to watch.
If that's the case, what they need to do is get him the ball and get him the ball often.
And then you look at the quarterback, Jaden McCain, southpaw. RV Crouch said he's a gunslinger. Something about the southpaw quarterbacks have that mentality, right?
They're
you think back to Young and Vic and all those guys over the years. They're all gunslingers.
They are gunslingers, and I'm interested to see what Hamilton does on this first drive. Again, being able to stop Fairfield as they got over the 50-yard line. Now, what is Hamilton going to do on offense?
And McClain also maybe throws the best deep ball in the league. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see that. Hand off to Bailey, goes to the outside, cuts back inside, and he's going to pick up about 4, maybe 5. We'll see where they spot the ball. Rogers in on the tackle for the Indians. And that's going to be a pickup of about 5. I can make it 4. 2nd down and 6. Ball marked at the 23-yard line. McClain now. Again, the handoff to Bailey. Bailey goes right up the middle, gets up to about the 26-yard line. And Andre again picking up maybe a yard or so. Be 3rd down.
Looks like the plan for Hamilton is to run up the middle. They've obviously seen something they like on tape, and they're going to get their running backs the ball. Now we got 3rd and relatively short. Could pass, could run. So the playbook is wide open on this play.
3rd and 2 now for the Big Blue, working at their own 28-yard line. McClain now looking over. Triple option. And now the handoff coming right up the middle, lunging forward just enough. And Andre Bailey is going to help move the chains for a Big Blue first down.
Simple belly play, Sean. You got 3 backs in the backfield, 2 blocking, 1 getting the ball. Easy for Hamilton to pick up that first down.
One of the things that Fairfield's coaching staff told us before the game is it was key for them to win the battle up front because Hamilton's offensive line is so physical. And right there you saw a great example of that. That offensive line allowing Bailey and company to really get some good holes to work with.
Exactly. Came off the ball, fired off the ball, and they were able to get the first down.
And now we've got a whistle. And Fairfield's pointing at Hamilton saying somebody moved. And officials agree. So penalty against Hamilton, so back the ball up just a little bit as we get ready now for 1st and 15 from the 30, actually makes it 26-yard line.
You just get a first down, you get a penalty, you back up, and now you're behind the sticks. Coach is probably going crazy right now.
6.5 minutes play in the first quarter. Along with Jason Williams, my name is Sean Stidham. Thanks for joining us on TV Hamilton for Big Blue football. And that receiver goes in motion to the far side. McClain takes a snap, handoff Bailey. Bailey goes up the middle. Bailey with a nice hole and lunging forward close to the 35-yard line. A gain of around 4. It'll be 2nd down and about 11.
Sean, what we're seeing early on is Hamilton committing to the run. Now, what is Fairfield going to do? Are they going to have to bring a guy in the box? Because right now, Hamilton's been able to run pretty easily on that Fairfield defense.
Correction, 2nd down and 6. Ball at the 35-yard line. Receiver lines up far to the right side. Jaden McClain getting ready for the snap. And Jaden McClain had a hard count. And we'll see which side it goes against here. And if you go through, again, if this goes against Hamilton, it looks like it might. Yeah, another false start against Hamilton.
Man, that's one of the things you can't have. You have all the success running the ball, but they have nothing to show for it because of the penalties.
So that's going to be a 2nd penalty on this drive against Hamilton, and it's the same thing. False start.
False start, behind the chains, 2nd and long instead of 2nd and short. Now what does Hamilton do? They haven't passed yet, so is this the time they will pass or do they continue to run the ball?
Clock is running, 5:25 to play in the first quarter. Still no score here at the Schwarm. 2nd down and 11. And now we have another whistle, and this looks like it might be a timeout, maybe. Waiting for the signal from the, this is going to be another penalty.
Oh my goodness.
So another penalty against Hamilton. I haven't seen what the call is. False start or an RB Crouch coming out.
By the Big Blue. This will be their first timeout.
Oh, now a timeout. So a timeout called by Hamilton. So as they take a timeout, we'll keep it right here. And again, we want to thank all of you for making us a part of your Friday night or whenever you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, whatever the case may be. We're working on the Spectrum deal, but we're looking on that. Cablecast app, though, you have the ability to watch us on that as well. So again, let people know about TV Hamilton, the programming all week long. You'll be able to see all different things related to Hamilton, including I got to see some of this actually being filmed today. The Operation Pumpkin footage they were filming today. You can see all the various things happening with Operation Pumpkin. Again, massive weekend for Hamilton. Jason, we've seen this for quite several years now around Hamilton, and nothing like it as far as just the capacity of people to come downtown. Great weather all weekend long, live music. There's food vendors everywhere, and giant pumpkins.
I know. I mean, Operation Pumpkin has become a big deal, Sean. It's not just known in the city of Hamilton. People are coming in.
Yes.
I was coming in from Mason, and you can see all the cars coming in. So it's to your point, you got concerts, you got pumpkins, you got food, you got rides, you got everything for the whole family.
Yeah,
it's a great family event.
The brainchild of Jason Snyder deserves a lot of credit, and the Operation Pumpkin Committee works so hard all year round, and the way the community comes out for it, it's a fantastic event. So kudos to the Operation Pumpkin team. Had a great chance to walk around today. Got some caramel apple bowl. That was nice.
Good.
That was very good.
Sounds delicious.
Had a bucket of French fries. Even better.
Not a bad deal either.
Not bad at all. Here we go now. 5:15 to play in the first quarter. 2nd and 11 for Big Blue. Working at their own 30. Now dropping back about a 12-step drop, and now just throws the ball, spiking it, and he was under pressure, but McClain incomplete pass. It's going to be 3rd down.
Yeah, Hamilton tried to run a screen. Fairfield did an excellent job of reading the screen. The defensive lineman felt that they were getting let go early, came back. Quarterback had nothing to do but just down it.
For Fairfield on defense, defensive back Gabe Ross is kind of one of their standout defensive leader. 68 total tackles this season, 3 forced fumbles, trying to keep the ball away from him, and he was causing some problems there. And now here's McLean. Drop back. The southpaw slings it over the middle. That is incomplete. Had an opportunity for the first down at the 43, but receiver cannot hold on to the ball, and that's going to be 4th down.
Actually tipped by one of the Fairfield defensive players. Fairfield, before the snap, showed an A-gap blitz, and then they pulled out of it, Sean, basically playing coverage. Quarterback he had the right read, but again, Fairfield's defense did an excellent job of tipping the ball. Receiver just missed it.
And now Hamilton will get ready to punt. Fairfield standing at their own 30, 35-yard line, getting ready to receive. Still no score yet here at the Schwarm. And now punt is away, and that's going to be fielded about the 33, and that's where that's where Fairfield will start. When you look at the history of this matchup, Jason, this is the 45th time these two schools have hooked up. Fairfield leads the series 24-20. First matchup back in 1980, Hamilton wins 13-0. Last year, Hamilton won 42-21. And Hamilton has won 3 of their last 5, and certainly hoping they can get the job done tonight to get back on the winning side of things. As you look at Hamilton's schedule for the rest of the year, next week on the road at Middletown, and then they come back for the regular season finale here at Virgil Schwarm to take on Colerain. I mentioned Fairfield's schedule here in just a minute as Don Back takes the snap, handoff, and this is going to go over to the far side to the 40 and brought down at about the 42-yard line. Mason Wheeler on the carry for the Indians.
What we're seeing from both teams early on, Sean, is commitment to the run. And I think both teams have great offensive lines, and they're showing it off tonight. And again, Fairfield, take your time, run your plays, get going. It's going to be a tough game for both sides because I think the way that both defenses play, it's going to be hard to get any passing yards against these two defenses.
9-yard pickup there for the Indians. 2nd and 1 now, working at their own 42-yard line. Clock running, 4:28 to play in the first quarter. Back with the handoff, and now going up the middle. Nice job at the defensive line. Didn't really allow Wheeler anywhere to go, and I think this is going to be 3rd and short.
Yeah, if I'm Fairfield right now, I am trying to stay away from that interior line. I'm running sweeps, counters, things like that. You're running into those guys, they're going to make plays. It's going to be very difficult to run in the middle for Fairfield. Anything they get, Sean, is probably going to be on the outside in terms of running the ball.
So here we go, 3rd and 1 now for the Indians. Opportunity here for Hamilton to try and come up with a big stop. Crowd stomping here at the Schwarm. You can feel it in the press box. Handoff going up the middle, and that's going to be a first down for the Indians. Mason Wheeler gets the first down, moving the chains.
Kudos to Fairfield's offensive line. They ran a quick trap play. Usually when you have good defensive linemen, they like to get up the field, so they're susceptible to the trap. Nice play call by Fairfield.
So a first down as the Indians get to their own 48-yard line. 3:25 left to play here in the first quarter. Along with Jason Williams, my name is Sean Snittem. Thanks for making us a part of your Friday night or whenever you're watching this broadcast on TV Hamilton. There's a snap to back, handoff, and now right there, the defensive line in on the stop. Nice job. Hamilton was ready for Mason Wheeler and able to bring him down for a loss. Number of Big Blue players in there. Bailey was in there on part of the stop. We'll show some love to number 52, Braden Bailey. I think he was one of the guys in there as well. If not, we just made him one of those.
He was.
I think he was. There was a group in there.
Yeah, again, it's going to be tough sledding. They're going to break some every once in a while, but you can't continue to run against that defensive line. They're going to have to mix it up in terms of maybe some play action, maybe some sweeps, maybe some tosses to get outside of those defensive linemen.
Big Blue pushes Fairfield back for a loss of 4. And now here's a snap back on a throw across the middle. That is incomplete. He was trying to find Kayvon, but right there, incomplete. Pass a little bit low, and that's going to be 3rd down.
Yeah, nice play call by Fairfield, but unfortunately wasn't able to be executed. It was essentially a fake dive into a pass, ran a skinny post, wasn't able to complete it. But again, nice thought to try to break up that Hamilton defense.
3rd and 14 now for the Indians. 2.5 minutes to play first quarter. Another big opportunity here for Hamilton to come up with a stop.
Got trips to the right, Sean.
Back now with the snap. Throws deep on the near side. That is it caught or not?
I believe it's caught.
And the officials are going to say it was caught. Number 23, A.J. Brown on the reception, 5'10 junior. And that's going to be short of a first down, so it's 4th down. And I think the Indians are going to go for it, Jason.
Yeah, very nice route combination. Again, we had trips on the right side. You had one guy coming in, you had one guy going out, and one guy doing a 7-cut. So nice job by Fairfield on those routes.
And so back, working out of a gun, has single back formation, 2 receivers on either side for him to work with. It's 4th down and 3. Receiver comes in motion to the near side to the slot. And back's trying to get Hamilton to jump. And now they're going to send it again, and we're going to have a whistle and a timeout by Fairfield. So give credit to Fairfield for trying that, but give him more credit to Hamilton because, again, a lot of times you'll see somebody jump, and they were like statues. The Big Blue did not move. They knew what was coming.
Yeah, kudos to the coaching staff. That's just discipline. I agree with Fairfield in terms of trying to get them off sides, but I also agree they should punt and play the field position game.
So as we get ready, Fairfield will come out. I assume they're going to punt when we return. And then Hamilton will have an opportunity with 1:49 to play here in the first quarter. So when you played, who were some of the big rivalry games that you went against, and does it still get to you these days?
Oh, yeah. I mean, in high school, so in Youngstown, Ohio, where I'm from, there's only 2 parochial schools, Catholic schools. It's Ursuline and Mooney. So that was the big rivalry, and we played for a shillelagh nonetheless. So you can only imagine when you got the shillelagh, it was a big deal. But I could totally, empathize with these guys. I mean, it was one of those things, if you beat them and you were 1-10, it didn't matter. You beat them.
Here we go now as play resumes after the timeout. Minute 49 left to play. And Fairfield not punting. It looks like they're going to go for it again. The snap. Hand off to Wheeler, but the Hamilton Big Blue line is right there. Big stop by the Big Blue.
Wow.
They gave the ball to Wheeler on the draw play, and Hamilton was right there for the stop. Turnover on downs. Good job by Hamilton's defense.
Sean, we're going to talk about this D-line all night. And the one thing you don't want to do is probably run right at those guys. 4th and 1, not a creative play call by Fairfield. And, again, Hamilton's D-line, they're studs. They're going to make plays, and kudos to those guys. And now Hamilton has the ball in great field position.
And now if you're R.V. Crouch, you're the Hamilton coaching staff, you're telling these guys, we have to build on this.
Yes.
Use this momentum.
Big stop.
So here we go now for Hamilton, moving right to left from their own 45-yard line. A little bit of a high snap, handoff. That's to Bailey. And Bailey's going to cut through the line, get into Indians territory to about the 48-yard line, a gain of about 7.
Sean, what I'm noticing now is this is somewhat of a throwback game. In this day and age, we got people passing the ball all over the place. These two teams want to run the ball, and they want to inflict their will, and they want to be physical. So, again, Hamilton running the ball effectively, Fairfield trying to run the ball effectively. Again, with those defensive lines and those offensive lines, the game's going to be won up front. Whoever controls the fronts are going to win the game. Is going to win the game.
And so it's going to be 1st and 5 now. And now there's the handoff again to Bailey. Hop, skip, first down, and gets a little bit more than that, not much. He's going to get down about the 43-yard line, but that's going to be enough for a Big Blue first down.
Man, you can tell Bailey he's got some skills. He made a quick cut in and out and was able to get positive yards and get a first down. Nice job by the running back.
And good job by the offensive line as well.
Obviously, yep.
First down for the Big Blue, 52 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Hamilton gets to the Indians' 43-yard line.
Is Hamilton going to go deep, or are we going to do maybe a pass, or are they just going to keep running the ball?
We know he can do it. We know he can sling it.
Yes.
He being McLean. Handoff, and that's going to be a yard or so, maybe just back to the line of scrimmage. Andre Bailey, the ball carrier.
Tackled by Kobe
and he gets tackled by Kobe Lewis, the junior, and that'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, nice play by Fairfield's defensive line. Again, Hamilton wants to run. Fairfield knows it's coming. It's just a matter of can you stop it.
So the question now is Hamilton going to run a play? I don't think they are. 15 seconds on the game clock, 18 seconds on the play clock. So I think RV is going to be, well, no, they're lining up. They may try and, let's see what they do here. 4 seconds. Receiver goes in motion on the near side. Hamilton's going to run past the near side. That is going to be caught and brought down at about the 35-yard line. That was Otis on the reception.
Tackled by Kobe Lewis.
Kobe Lewis on the tackle.
Bring up 3rd and 2.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter of play. So after the first 12 minutes of play, no score here at the Swarm. And Mr. Jason Williams, your first thoughts as the first quarter comes to a close?
This is a throwback game. This is my kind of game. You got defense, you got running, not a lot of passing. Reminds me of what I played. Wasn't that long ago, but again, you've got two teams that, again, essentially want to inflict their will on each other. And the best way to do that is run the ball. Now, what that means is you can be susceptible in the pass. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how this second quarter shakes out. Are they going to try to open the game up a little bit with passing? But at this point, the only thing that's stopping either team is penalties. And that's probably been the big story in the first quarter, the penalties on both sides. You don't have these penalties, you have an opportunity to score. When you have penalties, it puts you behind the sticks, therefore much tougher to get a first down. But also, all in all, great first half. It's a rivalry game. This is kind of what we expected.
And, you know, we haven't really talked a lot about the receivers for Hamilton yet because they haven't had an opportunity to do much. But you look at Jordan Bryant, number 4, again, great height, can take the top off the game, fantastic route runner.
Yeah.
Elijah Jones, number 13, another big home run threat in the passing game. You know at some point Jaden's going to throw.
It's coming. It's coming. They're setting them up. And Fairfield the same way. It's coming. We just don't know when.
3rd and 2 now for the Hamilton Big Blue, working at the Indians' 35-yard line. Handoff to Bailey, tries to come around the near side. Not much to work with as the Indians were right there on the stop.
Tackle made by Gabe Ross.
Gabe Ross for the Indians, number 4 on the tackle. And now it's going to be 4th down and 2. I don't know if Hamilton's going to go for a 52-yarder, so I think we're going to get a 4th down. Go for it on 4th.
And let's see if Hamilton lines up in that traditional three-back set where they have 3 backs all in a row. They did that the last time, and they got the first down. It looks like they're doing it again, Sean.
All right, triple back formation. McClain now shouting something over. Gets under center. Takes a snap, handoff, going up the middle, and that's going to be a Big Blue first down. Again, great job by Hamilton's offensive line, pushing forward just enough to get that first down.
And the best part about it, again, they did the belly to the right last time. They did the belly to the left this time. So not only do you have your offensive line blocker, but essentially you got 2 other blockers in the backfield too. So nice pickup by Hamilton to get that first down.
And again, you go back to Hamilton getting that big stop on 4th down. They're using that momentum now offensively.
Exactly.
And now it's a fresh set of downs working at the Indians' 31. Handoff, Bailey, and Indians right there on the stop. Good job by the defensive line of Fairfield. They expected Bailey. They met him right at the line of scrimmage and brought him down. And it's going to be 2nd and 10. Hamilton is very fortunate that they get a loss there.
Yeah, I think Fairfield's had enough of this running thing. So I would at this point, if you're a coach, I would say you have 8 men in the box and try to stop the run. Dare them to throw the ball. And I don't think Hamilton wants to do that right now, but Fairfield should be putting everybody in the box and essentially saying, hey, if you're going to throw it, here's the time to throw it.
All right, now Bailey sending to the right of McClain. There's the snap. He's going to throw it deep. Left side, open receiver, caught.
Wow.
Touchdown. Great job by the Big Blue. A 31-yard touchdown strike to the left side of the end zone, and the Big Blue puts 6 on the board.
Sean, we told him it was coming. At some point, it was going to come, and it was what a perfect pass. I mean, you're right. He can spin the ball really good. Perfect pass, outside shoulder, perfect catch, got in the end zone. Nice job by the Big Blue.
And you start lulling that defense to sleep, right? Run, and all of a sudden,
boom.
You got the gunslinger McClain with the arm he has, and he just put it right over the top. Nobody in the area code of the receiver.
No.
And there's the snap, hold, kick is up, kick is through. And the Hamilton Big Blue puts 7 on the board, leading the Indians by a score of 7-0. You're watching Hamilton Big Blue football on TV Hamilton. And that's got the excitement. That got the crowd at the Swarm feeling good, right?
Yeah, anytime you get a big pass play, that gets people excited. You know, everybody likes to see the scoring, touchdowns, long passes. But, again, nice job by Hamilton's coaching staff in terms of play calling, kind of setting them up, kind of a body blow, and then they go for the knockout punch. But great job, great execution by Hamilton on that play.
I thought you were quoting the old Nintendo Punch-Out game, body blow, uppercut.
What is that?
Bald Bull and Glass Joe and all those guys.
Is that AB?
That's a Contra code, I think. Anyway, we get ready for the kickoff. 10:07 to play in the second quarter. Along with Jason Williams, I'm Sean Stidham. Thanks for hanging out with us on TV Hamilton for Big Blue football. Want to again thank Hamilton City Schools, the City of Hamilton, and the Hamilton Community Foundation for their support of TV Hamilton, allowing us to bring this game to you, as well as all of the TV Hamilton programming all week long.
And Sean, we talked about in this earlier segment about Fairfield not winning a road game. Now they're behind 7-0. How do they react? Again, when you're on the road, you want to get out ahead because that momentum starts going. You can be in big trouble. So this drive is going to be crucial in terms of Fairfield, not necessarily getting points, but moving the ball and being effective.
And so now getting ready to kick off the Big Blue. And somewhat of a short kickoff, bouncing about the 20-yard line. And now here come the Indians on the return. And Indians, good field position. They're going to make it up to about the 33-yard line. Let's see where they officially spot the ball at. But the Indians will now move right to left on your TV Hamilton screen.
One of the things in high school that I think is underrated is the special teams aspect. Like if you got good kickers and punters, that's a distinct advantage. And right there, Hamilton's kicker basically kicked a short kick. And that gives Fairfield the ball at the 33-yard line. Great field position to start a drive. If they have a kicker that can kick it in the end zone, that's 10, 15 yards of different field position. So that's going to be huge as the game goes on. The difference in field position, special teams could play a part in who wins this game.
So 10:01 to play in the second quarter. Indians now trying to respond after the Big Blue touchdown. Handoff up the middle and rolling forward to about the 37-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 4. And second down and about 6 for the Indians.
Yeah, and if you're Fairfield at this point, you just want to get positive yards. You want to stay ahead of the sticks. No penalties. Keep churning away. Have opportunities in the passing game. But again, the main thing is to keep positive yards. No negative plays.
Be second down and 6 now at their own 37-yard line for the Indians. Snap, handoff. That is going to be to Booker. Booker with a big hole, and Booker getting all the way up into Hamilton territory, and a late flag coming in. Ball marked at the 50-yard line, and let's see what this is going to be. You got a feeling it's going to be personal foul.
Yep.
We just need to see which side this is on. And whichever side it's on, that coach is not going to be happy.
No. And again, we talk about discipline and penalties, man. They play such a big part in the game. They already got a first down. If this is on Hamilton, they're getting 15 more yards.
Well, and
dead ball personal foul on the Big Blue.
Big Blue called for the foul, so that's going to add 15 more yards. And Jason, again, that's a kind of penalty. You, I think, as a coach, correct me if I'm wrong,
right,
you are okay with certain penalties. You understand holding's going to happen
sure,
and things like that. But when it's offsides, false starts, personal fouls, those are the penalties which really drive coaches insane.
Right, because Fairfield now is on the other side of the 50 at the 35, where they would have been at the, the 50. So that is a huge play.
So 9:05 to play in the first half. And now at the 35-yard line of the Big Blue. Indians working, that's back, throwing across the middle. That is caught and into the red zone of the Big Blue. And that was going to Kayvon Burns on the reception. 6'3" junior, number 1. And that's going to be now 1st and 10 for the Indians as they get another first down.
Just as Hamilton set up Fairfield for the pass, Fairfield's now setting up Hamilton for the pass. Nice job by the quarterback getting that ball out. Great catch by the receiver.
7-0 our score. Hamilton on top, but the Indians threatening here as they get into the red zone. And that's going to be a handoff, and this is going to go to Booker. And Booker's going to get up to about the 16-yard line. And now we have the scrum bringing him down. And that'll be second down and about 5.
Yeah, Booker's a great running back. He's got speed, he's got agility, and he's got power too. So he's able to bounce off blocks, and he's got that short stature a la Barry Sanders. So a lot of times guys don't even see him, but powerful running back with great speed and, more importantly, great vision.
2nd and 5 now as Fairfield works in the Big Blue 15-yard line.
Does Fairfield take a shot in the end zone?
Well, it's interesting. We'll bring something up here in just a minute. 2nd and 5 now. As back gets ready for the snap. Booker to his left. Has 2 receivers to his left, 1 to the far right. Snap. Handoff to Booker. Booker trying to find some room, but right there, the Big Blue on the stop. Great job by Hamilton. Number 7 in there on the tackle for Hamilton. That's Jaden Lewis. But one of the things for Fairfield, as you bring up, is Fairfield's kicker has missed 3 straight field goal attempts.
That's important.
And you start to wonder, right?
Right, and it gets in his head.
Exactly.
It gets in his head. Again, we talk about the special teams. I think in high school, people don't talk about how important special teams is, but it's a game changer. I don't care what level you're on. It's a game changer. It could either win the game or lose you the game.
Big play, 3rd and 7. Fairfield lost 2 in the last play. There's a snap, handoff, nope, throw, and that's going to be caught.
Tipped,
excuse me. So it was tipped, and now it's 4th down. So now decision time for the Fairfield coaching staff. This would be a 34-yard field goal.
I think they're kicking.
I think they are. So the kicker, Hunter Gagan, 4 of 8 on the year. His long for the year is 35. And again, this is going to be about a 34-yard attempt.
Big play right here. Momentum can swing either way. He makes it. Fairfield's on the board. They're feeling good about themselves. He misses it. Hamilton has the momentum back again.
And here we go for the Indians. Snap, little high, hold, kick is up. Kick is no good.
Wow.
4 straight missed field goals. And again, we talked the momentum. You can see the body language right there for the Big Blue. They're feeling it right now. And so great opportunity for Big Blue again to take advantage of this. And you go back, that fortunately for Hamilton, that personal foul did not come back to haunt them right there.
Right.
They got a couple of big stops defensively, pushed Fairfield back a little bit, and then Fairfield misses the field goal, and now here come Big Blue on offense.
And you totally were right, spot on with the body language. You look at Fairfield's guys coming off, heads are down. Hamilton's jazzed up, excited. Again, momentum, huge.
And so now receiver goes in motion to the far side for Hamilton. McLean, a handoff to Bailey. Bailey's going to try and bounce around to the far side. Gets brought down after a short gain. Be 2nd down. You start to wonder, though, too, Jason, I mean, when you're looking at the Hamilton Big Blue and that body language, we were talking to J.D. Vonderheim before the game, and it was, the team starts to wonder, okay, when's that shoe going to drop? And all of a sudden, not only did they get the touchdown, they stopped Fairfield, and they get the ball back, and they're like, wait a minute. We're in this.
Yeah.
And so let's see if that momentum continues for the Hamilton Big Blue.
I tell you what, momentum is a crazy thing. If you got it, you feel like you can beat anybody. If you don't, you feel like you can lose at anybody.
Like when a basketball player's in the zone.
Exactly. 100%.
5-yard gain by Bailey. Be 2nd and 5. Hamilton working at their own 25-yard line. McLean now. Snap, handoff again to Bailey. He's going to go up. Not much room to work with there. And it will be now 3rd down for Hamilton.
The one thing I've noticed with Fairfield over the last couple of plays, Sean, they're starting to send their outside linebackers. One thing to keep an eye on. Hamilton should essentially be ready for that and maybe do a short pass to basically fill the void of that outside linebacker. It's going to be key. Third and long, you would think they would pass. What does Fairfield do? Do they bring the blitz again or do they play zone?
And so now Bailey is coming off, and he's going to be replaced. I believe that's number 28 coming out there. That is Deacon Wilson, 5'10 junior, 200-pounder. 3rd and 4 now for Hamilton. 5:37 to go in the 2nd quarter. Big Blue leading 7-0 over the Fairfield Indians. Receiver goes in motion. Quarterback with the snap, looking to throw. Looking over the middle. That is going to be caught. Wow. And now trying to get some room. Turns the corner to the 40 and out of bounds. And that is going to be a big 1st down by the Hamilton Big Blue. And how about that catch by Jordan Bryant? He caught the ball and then couple little shake and bake moves. Turned the corner, got around, 1st down, a few extra yards. Big play for the Big Blue.
Great call by the Big Blue. Again, trips to one side. You have combination routes. Quarterback hits the curl. Missed tackle, he's able to run and get the 1st down and a lot more. Nice play call.
Why do we talk about Jordan Bryant earlier from the Fairfield coaching staff, what they told us? Great height, fantastic route runner.
Right.
You saw it right there. You saw everything right there.
Exactly.
Great play by Bryant.
Great hands, too.
5:17 to play in the 2nd quarter. Big Blue with the 1st down. They now work from their own 43-yard line. There's a snap. Handoff. No, over the middle. That is going to be intercepted. Indians come up with the turnover. And now they get up to about the 30-yard line. And the Fairfield Indians come up with a big play. And that was number 8 for the Indians on the interception, Axel Rogers. Rogers picks the ball off, and now Indians in great opportunity with their field position. They're going to be at the Hamilton 30.
Yeah, I mean, great field position, great play by Fairfield's defense. Again, we talked about momentum. Now the pendulum has swung again. It's back to Fairfield. Fairfield has the momentum. So, again, we talked about it in the pregame, the ebbs and flows of a football game. You're going to have plays that are negative. You're going to have plays that are positive. You try to avoid as many negative plays as possible and get more positive. So, again, nice job by Fairfield changing the momentum of this game.
For Axel Rogers, his 3rd interception on the season. And now just over 5 minutes to play. Handoff. This is going to be Wheeler. He's going to go up the middle. Not much room there. Nice job by the defensive line of the Big Blue on the stop.
Tommy Southard in on the tackle.
Tommy Southard was in there on the tackle for Hamilton. That's going to be 2nd and 10.
Sean, you got about
2nd and 8.
5 minutes left. It's important for Fairfield to get some type of points before halftime. So this is a really, really important drive. Can they get 7? Ideally, that's what you would like. But again, obviously, field goal kicker having trouble. So now what they consider going on for it on 4th down.
Back sends receiver in motion on the near side. Handoff. No, Big Blue right there. How about that stop? Getting into the backfield and bringing the running back down for a loss. Good play there by Hamilton.
Nice play by Hamilton. They sent the blitz right into the play. Nice job by Hamilton. Now sets up a 3rd and long. Very interesting call for Fairfield because you got to believe they're not going to kick it. So is this 2-down territory? You're trying to get maybe 5 or 6 yards for a short 4th down opportunity?
Loss of 4 on the play, and give credit to the coaching staff and the players. Coaching staff knew what was coming. Players executed the play. Great job. 3rd and 12 now. The swarm is starting to rock again. On 3rd and 12, Indians moving right to left. Back looking to throw. Under pressure. Rolls out to his left. Gets the pass off, and that is going to be caught. But that's going to be shy of a 1st down. So ball is marked at the 22-yard line. So that's going to be 4th down and about 2.
And you know Fairfield, at this point, they're going for it. Have no reason not to with the struggles of their kicker.
Yeah, this would be a 39-yard attempt at that. I don't think they want to do that. So they're going to go 4th and 2.
Huge play in the game.
They have Wheeler in the backfield. You got to think he may be the prime candidate to get the ball on this play. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. There's a snap. Fairfield looking to throw. Back in trouble. Lost the ball. And now it's going to be either one thing, turnover on downs, or Hamilton takes it over. Either way, it's Big Blue football.
Nice play. Hamilton brings the blitz. Quarterback does not see it. Holds the ball a little bit longer than he should. Hamilton sacks. So not only sack, but sack fumble. The Big Blue recovered the ball. Nice job by that defense.
Great job by Hamilton. And again, we talk about momentum so much so far tonight, Jason. Let's see if Hamilton can take advantage of momentum right now.
Yeah, you got about 2 minutes left, a little less than 3 minutes left in this half. So, can Hamilton get some type of score? Can Fairfield stop him and only have a 7-point deficit?
And now Jaden with the snap, handoff. Bailey goes up the middle and gets up to about the 30-yard line. That's going to be a gain of almost 5. Bailey had that little burst right there. If he had just had a couple of inches extra to get through that hole.
He was close. He was really close. Look for the Big Blue to continue to run that play. Look for them to kind of maybe do some tempo with the time left on the clock. Get this thing going a little bit faster. Catch Fairfield off guard.
5-yard gain by Bailey. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 5. Handoff again to Bailey. Comes around to the near side. Turns a corner. Flag on the play. Bailey's going to go out of bounds at the 40. It'll be a 1st down depending on the flag. And now another flag comes in late.
Wow.
So let's see what this is going to be.
Got a lot of laundry on the field.
One's in the area of holding.
Definitely a holding.
And then the other one comes on the sideline, which makes you worry about a personal foul. It's just who is the foul on?
Correct. Got some things to sort out down there.
Yes. 2nd down, well, let's see what the officials are going to say here. We don't know yet, depending on what the call is. If you're a Hamilton fan, at best, it'll be offsetting penalties.
Yeah.
That could be the best solution here for Hamilton, because I have a feeling the holding is going to be against Hamilton. And now it just depends on what happened on the sideline.
Holding on the offense. You also have dead ball personal foul on the offense.
Yeah, that
Wow.
goes. So you have holding against Hamilton, dead ball foul. So what would have been a first down, and again, people say, well, he held, so whatever. But now Hamilton's going to be under the shadow of their goalpost.
And again, you talked about the calls, like holding, offsides, you can kind of stomach, but personal foul. I mean, look how far they're back. I mean, that's a 30-yard penalty.
Well, and also
that changes the game big time.
You also talk hidden yardage, Jason.
Yeah.
That took away a first down.
Exactly. And if you're a coach, you're not happy. I mean, 2 personal foul penalties, I mean, that's just discipline. And I'm sure the coach will address it at halftime.
2nd and 25. Back when you played, that meant somebody was going to run on Monday.
Or tomorrow.
or tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
And now here's Hamilton, 2nd and 25. There's a snap, faking the handoff, looking over the near side. That is caught. And now Bryant at the 25 trying to shake around, but he gets brought down on the tackle. Jordan Bryant on the reception. Gabe Ross on the tackle for the Indians. So 3rd and 10 now. And Hamilton quickly getting back up to the line of scrimmage. Hamilton still has 2 timeouts remaining, as do the Indians. 1:33 left to play, first half. Big Blue with a 7-0 lead over the Fairfield Indians.
If you're Fairfield, you get a stop here, you'll still have a little bit of time left on the clock. Huge play for Fairfield's defense.
There's Bailey on the handoff, spin move, and up to the 30-yard line. That's going to be another gain of 5. And that will be 4th down. And now Hamilton's going to take a timeout. So we mentioned that for the Hamilton Big Blue, they will play at Middletown next week and then come back home to take on Coleraine. Meanwhile, for Fairfield, they will be at home against Princeton. That's a tall order next week. And then on the road to take on Oak Hills, which is going for the Fairfield coach, going back to his old stomping
grounds. Yeah. Little reunion, so to speak.
I don't know how Coach Roden feels about that. There's got to be some emotions, right?
Of course.
Now, when you start looking at the playoffs down the line, Hamilton technically still in it. When you look at Division I, Region 4, 18 teams, top 12 get into the playoffs. Hamilton right now is tied for 16th, but they're not eliminated. So they obviously need some help. Fairfield at number 8 does control their own destiny. So that's a big thing, obviously. You want to be able to control your own destiny. But for the Hamilton Big Blue, they still have a chance.
And with the advent of more teams, you're going to have a chance. So this game is huge for Hamilton. I mean, they still have an opportunity. They're not out of it.
Every game is huge now for Hamilton. 4th and 4, Big Blue are going to punt. Fairfield getting ready to receive, standing at their own 35-yard line. Punt is high, and that's going to be fielded about the 32-yard line, and that's where the Indians will have the ball, moving right to left with 63 seconds on the clock.
So Fairfield has, I believe, a couple timeouts, going to play some type of tempo offense, get the ball to their hands of the receivers, and get out of bounds as quick as they can. It's out of that 2-minute drill, so they practice this all the time. So let's see if Fairfield can execute, and on the other side, let's see if Hamilton can stop Fairfield.
1st and 10 for the Indians. They're going to be working at their own 32-yard line. And we'll see what the Indians can come up with. We mentioned Dom back. He's been able to be effective this season. But got to pick up a lot of yards. And again, at what point now are you comfortable with a field goal opportunity?
I don't think you are comfortable, unfortunately, for Fairfield.
So back takes a snap. He's looking deep right side, and that is going to be caught at about the 38-yard line. Good hit by the defensive back.
Greg Lawrence. DJ Bryant with the tackle.
Bryant on the tackle for the Big Blue. And now quickly, Fairfield right back, and that almost picked off. And the receiver under double coverage, that was number 23, the intended target, A.J. Brown. But the Big Blue was right there defensively. That will stop the clock. And now 37 seconds left and 3rd down.
Yeah, if you're Hamilton right now, you're just not trying to let anybody behind you. You're playing everything, Playing back, let everything come up, and you make the tackle.
And that's going to be now 3rd and 3. And so Big Blue, it looks like Big Blue's going to take the timeout. If you're just tuning in, logging on, Hamilton did defer, so they will receive the ball coming out of halftime. So if you're RB Crouch and the gang, let's just get in the locker room with the lead, right?
Right. Yeah. Let's get in the locker room with the lead. Talk about some of the penalties that have kept us from maybe scoring more points. I think that's the deal with Hamilton. They played a pretty good game, other than the penalties. And if they don't have these penalties, this could be a totally different game. And on Fairfield's side, they just got to find a way to get some points.
Well, Arby said this week, I mean, we've got to clean up the mistakes. We've got to play a complete game.
Yeah.
There's been some mistakes, no question about it, but there's been a lot of things that you can look at
Positives.
and say, you can see where the talent is on this team. They've just got to clean some stuff up.
Yeah, I mean, the worst thing is just shooting yourself in the foot. I mean, they've been able to move the ball. They just, again, penalties have killed them.
37 seconds left to play, second quarter, 3rd and 3 now for the Indians, working at their own 39-yard line. And a snap, and now we've got whistles. And why do we have whistles? Official timeout.
It's been a lot of.
Oh, they want the play clock off.
Okay.
So play clock is going off. So no play clock. Turn it off. The crew is doing that here. And we'll start again. So we will say, so we're in the press box, obviously. We can hear the scoreboard operator saying, I'm just doing what the officials are telling me. So he's trying to defend his. He's saying it's not his fault, basically.
He's always blaming on the officials for everything. Oh, that was his fault. Yeah.
I'm just doing what they tell me.
Just doing don't shoot the messenger.
Exactly. I'm being a good employee. I'm doing as I'm told. Hey, listen, he's like everybody else. We all blame the officials for something,
of course.
Right? Officials didn't do their job. That's why
they got the striped shirts on.
Exactly. Here we go now. Indians looking to snap, 3rd and 3. Handoff. That is up the middle. That's a first down. And Wheeler brought down at about the 48-yard line. And Indians, they're going to take a timeout? No, they're not. Hurry up the line of scrimmage. First down for the Indians. And now we have a whistle, and
the chain gang's not, they're not
chain gang's not ready yet. So now the ball at the 48-yard line of Fairfield.
They're just doing their job, too.
That's it. They're just doing our job. Just doing our job. Indians now keep it back in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left for Dom Back. Quarterback now with the snap. 3-step drop. Rolls out to his left. Good coverage defensively. Deep throw. Left side wide open. And now going into the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown. 52-yard touchdown strike to A.J. Brown. And a flag is on the field in the area of holding. The defensive back for Hamilton just slipped.
Yep.
And that allowed Brown to get wide open. But I think we're going to take this off the board. And if that's the case, that's a huge break for Hamilton.
Big time break. Yep. Huge call.
Just like we talked about earlier with Hamilton, this is something Coach Rhodes and the Fairfield staff will talk about. The hidden yardage. You just took a 52-yard touchdown pass off the board and 6 points. It drives you nuts.
And you lost the momentum.
And now the momentum, right?
Yeah, and then you're going to halftime tied up with the momentum. Man, that's a huge – I mean, again, these penalties, again, both teams have had penalties that make you scratch your head. And, as a coach, you want to pull your hair out because there's been opportunities. They've executed them, but the penalties have held them back.
21 seconds left to play, second quarter. A 7-0 lead for Hamilton. Big Blue now working at their own 38-yard line. And now Back, throws far side. That is caught. Receiver goes out of bounds to stop the clock at the 46-yard line. That's a gain of about 8.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 2.
I've been impressed with Back.
3rd and 12.
Sean, he's played really well. I mean, he's made some great throws. Obviously, the touchdown throw was a great throw. The defensive back for Hamilton fell down, but you still got to get it out there.
Yeah.
They just got to protect him better.
3rd and 12 now, 15 seconds remaining. Fans stomping at the Schwarm. trying to will their big blue to a defensive stop here. Pass over the middle. Incomplete. Almost an interception for the big blue.
Dominic Back's pass falls incomplete.
Defensive back was right there.
We have 4th down.
You can see him pounding the turf like,
That's why they're defensive backs, so that's what they tell me at least. Yeah.
That is. 4th and 12 now, so Fairfield will punt.
Man, if you're Fairfield, you got to be just, again, it's not the end of the world, but you would much rather this game be tied than be 7-0 and you're on the other side of that.
Elijah Jones going out to receive the punt. Jones, 6-foot junior, 155 pounds. Punt. Did he get a hand on it? It went straight up.
I think it went straight up.
Yeah, and that is going to go out of bounds about the 34-yard line. 4 seconds remaining. Just kneel down, right?
Oh,
I mean, as tempting as it is with an arm like McLean to
tempting,
throw it.
Yeah. No. If they were at the 50, I'd say do it. But
if we're playing Madden, we're going for it. But you know, this isn't Madden.
Yeah.
So
Listen, 999 streaks, all fly routes. Just go deep.
4 seconds left to play in the first half. And so we're going to hear the coaching staff, you're on the ball. The credit of Harry, our microphone on the sideline, picking up the sounds, which is doing a fantastic job.
Yes.
And now Hamilton's going to simply kneel down, and that will be the end of the first 2 quarters of play. So after one half, the Hamilton Big Blue go into the locker room, holding on to a 7-0 lead over the Fairfield Indians. We'll take a timeout for the half. We'll get to see the bands, get to see all the halftime activities. We'll be back for the second half along with Jason Williams. I'm Sean Stidham. Thanks for watching Hamilton Big Blue football on TV Hamilton.
Years ago, we had a plan that we wanted to work with a company to start designing a cafeteria that was different than your typical school cafeteria. We wanted it to feel more like a food court and less like your typical long tables, benches, rows. So we wanted some different types of seating in there. The response has been wonderful, not just from the students, but also from the community. We've had lots of adults in here on open house. We've had other jealous teachers from other buildings that have been telling us how great it looks. So we've had a wonderful response, honestly.
It feels more like when we went to Miami, we just got to sit in their cafeteria and it felt just more like mature. And so it just is really cool that our cafeteria is a lot like that.
The kids are doing better this year, like from last year. We always would get up, scream across the whole lunchroom because you couldn't sit with like all your friends. It's like kind of a small space, but now it's like a bigger space, more tables. You can just sit and eat with your friends, be comfortable. It's a very big change from last year.
I feel like it's very comfortable. The students enjoy eating there. While talking to their friends, they really seem to like the new changes that were made this year.
We tried to bring not just Garfield in here, but also the city of Hamilton. We brought in Hamilton things from around our community, including some maps of the neighborhoods that our kids come from.
It makes you feel like you're being part of the community and enjoy the places that are important.
I'm just so glad that we get to share this with our students. I'm so glad they get to enjoy it, and I just love making Garfield even better.
As a new principal at Hamilton High School, I was really thinking about this Hamilton-Baden game and how we could make this a community celebration, but really at the core of the Baden mission is service to our community, and that's always been an important part of what my passion is in education. So whether it's working with 17 Strong and micro grants with our youth, or just getting out in the community and doing cleanups, we really wanted to launch something that was bigger than the football game, something where our kids give back to the community. Some of them are actually throwing stuff in the dumpster right now, helping out Miss Ebony, the executive director at BTW. And then we have boys out in the community, walking the streets, picking up trash.
So over the summer, we had the opportunity to meet with Hamilton High's administration and just talk about this game. This game's such an awesome opportunity for both schools to showcase really what we believe, what we're all about. And in meeting with Ty and talking, we wanted to do something to make our community better, to bring our two football teams that obviously are competing to win football games, but more importantly, we wanted to come together to serve the community. the midst of a rivalry week, that we're working together to make things better. I think that, when I look at, our guys and Hamilton's guys, there's so many little faces in those crowds, little kids that look up to them. I mean, they see them as celebrities at times. And just to inspire in them a desire to be more than just what they are on the football field. I mean, they're leaders in our community. They're doing great things. And I think the opportunity to showcase that, really to inspire, hopefully some other people to get involved in 17 Strong, here at the Booker T. Washington Center, to get involved here, which are great organizations that need people like this to come out and serve and make the place better.
And it's just really, to me, signifies kind of a new launch of service to our community for both of our schools, for Baden and for Hamilton. So it was great to see everybody out in their jerseys. It is Hamilton versus Baden Friday night, but right now everybody's working together to make our community a better place.
Arrow is the Hamilton City School District's first therapy dog. She is certified through the AKC as a certified therapy dog. She is here for our students and our staff, and is just a part of the Hamilton community.
And I'm just so impressed with her poise. She is so well trained and just does a great job already to lighten all of our moods. I couldn't be thankful enough to Leadership Hamilton, Hamilton Community Foundation, and the Paws and Stripes College for preparing such an amazing partner. We couldn't have asked for a better dog.
I know Andrea just saw the benefit and all the research that was behind how therapy dogs make a solid impact with students, through attendance and grades and behavior. And she did a lot of research herself and brought it to the team and wanted to take the project on.
And this is one proactive strategy that local communities are using to help build resilience, kindness, positivity. There's a lot of research out there about how a therapy dog will lower anxiety and stress, which so many of our young people and our staff are facing on a day-to-day basis. Our goal is to get a dog for each of our buildings. As you know, there's a lot of needs that go around, and Arrow is just one. We're a very large district, and so our goal is to onboard 4 to 5 dogs a year. That would allow us to eventually get there in the next few years to a dog per school. That will allow that dog to become really a part of that school culture. Through community donations, through different agencies, we've been able to raise the money completely so that not one district dollar is being used for this.
She's calm, mild-mannered, just very sweet, very gentle, listens very well. A lot of love, a lot of happiness, a lot of energy behind it, which is great.
Welcome everybody to Garfield Middle School. My name is Josh Marjoram. I'm the principal here at Garfield. Tonight we are here to commemorate a legendary coach, teacher, and family man from the Hamilton community, Coach Tim Reed. I was fortunate enough to have played for Coach Reed, as I'm sure many of you in the crowd were. We often talk about how many wins coaches have or how many years they coached, but typically we don't hear many stories or talk about what really matters, which is the lessons that coaches teach their players that go beyond sports. One thing that sticks out to me that I still bring up to this day is a conversation I had with Coach Reed in high school. He was talking about how important it was that we are good people and not just good players. Of course, he had his own way to explain this. He said, Marjoram, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. At that time, I just thought that was funny, but I didn't understand what he was really saying. And since then, I've thought a lot about that frequently in my day-to-day work. Without a good group of people around me to support me, I would not have been as successful in life. The people we have on our team in life are the most important teammates we will have. Coach Reed was not just a great coach, but a great person. I'm sure many of us in this room are glad he was on our team. I would now like to welcome up our next speaker to the podium. Please help me give a warm welcome to Coach Reed's son, Jimmy Reed.
Good evening, everyone. First off, I'd like to thank everyone for coming on behalf of my family. My mother, Diane Reed, my sister, Shannon Reed, my grandma, Willa Reed, my uncle, Wes Reed. It is incredible seeing everyone come together to celebrate this special moment. As many of you already know, our dad was a very humble man, and he would have a hard time accepting all of this being done on his behalf. Dad spent 32 years teaching, and his efforts have made a lasting impact on many lives. This was very apparent with the outpouring of love from the community since his passing. He left his mark on many people's hearts, and we are all better for knowing Tim Reed. Our family would like to thank Josh Mardrum and the principal here at Garfield and the Board of Education for making all of this possible. Also, we would like to thank the community for keeping his memory alive and sharing with us the impact that he left on the hearts of everyone that came into contact with him. He is truly missed. I was going through some pictures the other day and I came across some statements made about my father I'd like to share with you. A quote from Walter Vickers. I started teaching at Garfield in 1985 along with Tim. We coached basketball together the years I was in Hamilton. Like everyone who knew Tim in any manner, I was immediately impressed by his kindness, calmness, and genuine care for all people. Tim was a treasure for all students he served at Hamilton. I know that words cannot express how good things about my father and that I know that words cannot express good things about my father and that left. Sorry, guys. Okay. I know that words cannot express good things about my father and that the life he led. We pray that future scholars and student athletes see his name on the court and become curious and inspired. I know I may be biased, but my dad was a pretty awesome guy. This floor dedication truly gives him the recognition he deserves. His incredible legacy will live on with this floor dedication and the Tim Reed Scholarship that has been made in his memory. Can the board members please stand up of the Scholarship Legacy Fund? You guys do an awesome job with everything you do. As many of you know, there is a legacy fund created in Dad's memory. Since 2019, the Coach Tim Reed Legacy Fund has provided over 35 scholarships to college-bound seniors from Talawanda High School and Hamilton High School. Coach Reed exemplified the traits associated with an outstanding teacher and coach: honesty, integrity, loyalty, respectfulness, responsibility, humility, compassion, and fairness were all strong principles and core values that Coach Reed modeled daily when interacting with his students, co-workers, players, and people. Our hope is that the floor dedication reaches the community of Hamilton and inspires the young students. His legacy will live on for many years to come, and we are very appreciative of everyone that made this happen. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to bring up Miss Diane Reed and also Coach Reed's mother and also City Council member Tim Knabb for a ribbon cutting ceremony.
Everybody's going to get a haircut.
We would like to welcome you for the first time to Coach Reed Court. Okay, before we conclude, and I am going to let everybody walk around and talk because I know you guys want to do that. Before we conclude, I just need to thank a few people for helping make this event possible. All of our Hamilton City School officials, including those who brought these giant scissors. Please give them a round of applause for supporting this. I would also like to thank our Hamilton City Schools Superintendent, Miss Andrea Blevins, and our school board members who supported this event. Please stand so everybody knows who you are, so we can give them a round of applause. Have to thank Mr. Kilby, Mr. Jeff Kilby, Mr. Tom Schuler, and all of our custodians who worked behind the scenes with the company who completed this project. They did a wonderful job. I would be remiss not to thank the person that runs this gym, Mr. Jimmy Sizemore, for helping me design all this and staying involved the entire time. Shout out to Jimmy Sizemore. Of course, I'd like to thank Miss Diane Reed and Coach Reed's entire family for helping make this night possible and always supporting our schools. And finally, I feel like I'm giving an award speech or something. Most importantly, I'd like to thank Coach Reed for his patience and for always taking care of the Jimmies and the Joes. Thank you guys for coming out today. Thanks, Coach Reed, and feel free to hang around, grab some waters out front, and converse. Thanks for coming.
So this is Hamilton's pre-apprenticeship program. It enables the kids to learn core fundamentals of all these different industries. State of Ohio recognizes it for construction, manufacturing, agriculture, architecture, and engineering. So these are core fundamentals for all of those different industries. We don't like to call it even a core curriculum anymore. We call it a confidence class. So it's to give you confidence in using hand tools, using power tools, understanding what you're learning in class and how it applies to the real world and careers that are available for you. So there's two different aspects to it. So in order to complete the class, the kids complete a series of quizzes based off the curriculum, and they also have to attend class so much. So they're actually getting hands-on instruction from Durana employees on site. The kids are actually working with them, they're exploring on that side. We do it to the curriculum, they do it to the quizzes. However, if the kid chooses to go to the next level, they're able to take what's called the credential course. So they're now able to go and get a full credential from it. So even if they don't do it now, the beauty of it is they can take it later on in life, and it's the first half of 39 different apprenticeships that are out there in the industry. They're ready to go. They're ready to go right into the workforce right now and today. So we want employers in the Hamilton area to say, hey, if Durana taught these guys, they're ready to go, guys and girls, so we have a lot of girls that are coming in the program now, they're ready to go directly into the workforce and come work for my company. They are going to be able to do their OSHA, they're going to be able to understand a power tool, they're going to understand how to work inside of a working environment. What people don't realize is we have so much talent sitting inside that school, sitting inside this community, and it's ready to go. They just need somebody to sit down with them, tell them that we believe in them, show them the confidence, and then to back it up with opportunity. Now I need employers to step up and say, hey, we'll take them because they went through this program.
We knew teachers were routinely spending their personal dollars to get their classrooms ready.
A lot of people don't realize how much money teachers spend out of their own pocket to support their classrooms.
We have lots of new teachers who don't have anything to prepare their classroom, so they've got to go out and buy all this stuff. We have teachers who are switching from one grade level to another, and then we have teachers who oftentimes will become certified in another area, and so they switch too. So all these people are saying, if I'm going to have the best, most interesting classroom, it's got to be right. And so what do? I go shopping. They're spending on average between $500 and $900 a person, sometimes annually, just to get their classrooms ready.
Every year I spend hundreds of dollars on my classroom, and I've never received any outside assistance there, and so this was really nice. It put some money back in my pocket.
There's so many teachers who do have needs and have really legitimate things that they're proposing, and I'd like to see us be able to support more.
They literally cheered when I emptied a new box of dry erase markers into our bin, because we use those supplies every single day, and they really appreciate, you know, a new fresh product that's working.
I believe teachers have been spending their own money forever, but I don't know of many other communities where there is an organization like our foundation that has stepped forward. I think that's really special.
When I first saw the application and was asked how I would spend up to $300 in my classroom, I was stumped. Teachers dream of having extra money, and this isn't a question we are asked very often. School supplies are expensive. as are supplemental learning materials and social emotional tools that are all key to a student's success. Teachers often spend their own money to make sure our classrooms are equipped to meet the needs of every student.
This is just an outstanding way to say, we understand the Community Foundation is a perfect place to have a fund like this where we can show support for teachers year in and year out.
A couple years ago, we had a plan that we wanted to work with a company to start designing a cafeteria that was different than your typical school cafeteria. We wanted it to feel more like a food court and less like your typical long tables, benches, rows. So we wanted some different types of seating in there. The response has been wonderful, not just from the students, but also from the community. We've had lots of adults in here on open house. We've had other jealous teachers from other buildings that have been telling us how great it looks. So we've had a wonderful response, honestly.
It feels more like when we went to Miami, we just got to sit in their cafeteria and it felt just more like mature. And so it just is really cool that our cafeteria is a lot like that.
The kids are doing better this year, like from last year. We always would get up, scream across the whole lunchroom because you couldn't sit with like all your friends. It's like kind of a small space, but now it's like a bigger space, more tables. You can just sit and eat with your friends, be comfortable. It's a very big change from last year.
I feel like it's very comfortable. The students enjoy eating there. While talking to their friends, they really seem to like the new changes that were made this year.
We tried to bring not just Garfield in here, but also the city of Hamilton. We brought in Hamilton things from around our community, including some maps of the neighborhoods that our kids come from.
It makes you feel like you're being part of the community and enjoy the places that are important.
I'm just so glad that we get to share this with our students. I'm so glad they get to enjoy it, and I just love making Garfield even better.
Hamilton High School has been selected as one of the high school sports programs to receive funds from the 2025 McDonald's High School Sports Digital Fundraiser. Local area McDonald's restaurants will be raising money for local high school sports programs. Restaurants will be donating 10% of all digital sales made in the McDonald's app on Thursday, October 23rd, to your school's athletic department. Participating McDonald's, West Side on Washington Boulevard, location on Martin Luther King Boulevard, the location on Millville Avenue, also the location on South Erie Boulevard, and the location at Menards Boulevard. Remember, October 23rd, order from the McDonald's app, and 10% of those sales will go to the Hamilton High School Athletics.
Back on TV Hamilton, along with Jason Williams, my name is Sean Stidham. Back for more Hamilton Big Blue football as we get ready for the second half. Hamilton on top of Fairfield by a score of 7-0. First half stats, Jason, very even if you look at each side. Hamilton with a total of 7 first downs, or excuse me, Hamilton had 5 first downs. Fairfield had 7. You look at the total yards on the ground. Fairfield with 39, Hamilton with 35. Indians with 66 passing yards, Big Blue with 64. Just really a back-and-forth game. Penalties on each side, each team with 2 penalties. Hamilton with 40 yards in penalties, right?
Right.
And 19 yards for Fairfield. But the big play for Hamilton coming in the second quarter was at the 10:01 mark was a 50-yard touchdown pass from McLean to Elijah Jones. For Jones, his 7th touchdown reception on the season, and that was the big difference. Fairfield had an opportunity on a field goal. They missed the field goal. They turned the ball over on a fumble. Hamilton gave it right back on the interception. Fairfield had a lot of opportunities to kind of get back into this game and score, but the Big Blue defense coming up big on a couple of huge plays. And we've talked about momentum a lot in that first half, Jason, and Hamilton right now has it, and they're going to begin the second half with the ball.
Yeah, Hamilton has all the momentum. Fairfield, to your point, had opportunities. Again, we talked about not winning on the road. You got to capitalize on those opportunities. They've had plenty of them, just have not been able to do it. But now we're into the second half. Hamilton's going to get the ball. Can they do something? Can they continue that momentum? And for Fairfield, can they just be consistent? Can they get a drive going? It seems like it's been really choppy for Fairfield. They haven't really had a consistent a drive. They've been great on defense, only 7-0. Still in the game, but now, again, no wins on the road. Does that start to play mentally for Fairfield?
24 minutes remaining in the game. Bryant and Bailey back to return for the Big Blue as Fairfield prepares to kick off. Hunter Gagan doing the honors here for the Indians. And the Big Blue will be moving left to right on your TV Hamilton screen. Gagan approaches, sends the ball over to the far side, and that is going to go through the end zone. And so Big Blue will come out at the 20 to begin things. Want to again thank our sponsors here at TV Hamilton, the Hamilton Community Foundation, Hamilton City Schools, and the City of Hamilton, who allow us to be able to bring this game to you and all of the TV Hamilton broadcasting. We appreciate their support, and thank you for making us part of your Friday night or whenever you are watching this game. So the Big Blue will come out and be at the 20-yard line, moving left to right. And for Hamilton, Elijah Jones and Jordan Bryant had also a very key reception, too, in that first half to keep that same drive alive.
Sure.
That allowed that touchdown to happen.
Yeah, let's see if Hamilton opens it up a little bit or they continue with the run game in this half.
So McLean now takes the snap, handoff, Bailey up the middle. Bailey now breaking out to the near side with a stiff arm and gets up to about the 27-yard line, a gain of 7 for Andre Bailey. And there's been a couple of times tonight, Jason, it looks like he's close to breaking one.
He's close. He's got the natural ability to break outside. I mean, the vision is great. The body control is even better, and it was on display on that play.
And that first half, the Big Blue, 35 yards on the ground on 15 carries. Total of 99 yards on 22 plays. Fairfield had 105. And now Hamilton gets ready. 2nd down and 8. There's a snap, handoff. And now McLean's looking to throw the gunslinger deep left side, and that is going to be incomplete. Simply could not make the connection there. He expected the receiver to turn one way, and the receiver expected the ball to be thrown another way, and miscommunication.
Just a miscommunication from quarterback and receiver, obviously something they'll need to work on. But the opportunity is there, no question. And you know Hamilton, some of the coaches are next door to us, they'll be looking at us, okay, we got another shot, and this time we're going to take advantage of it. But, again, just a little bit of miscommunication, but expect Hamilton to come back to that at some point in time.
3rd and 2, and now short yardage situation. Hamilton in that triple back formation we saw them use in the first half to great success. Ball at their own 28-yard line. McLean using a couple of hard counts, trying to get Fairfield the jump, and now here's the handoff, and that's going to be tough. The Indians are right there on the stop. About 5 different Indians right there on the stop. We'll give some credit to number 10, Stone Butler. Could have been one of 5 or 6, but we'll give Butler the credit.
That's a great name.
Stone Butler. That's a great name.
Right.
Good punt for the Big Blue, Connor Stevens.
Nice job by Fairfield, though, Sean. We talked about momentum. They got off the field. Hamilton cannot continue to drive. So Fairfield defense did what they were supposed to do. Hamilton has to punt. Now Fairfield has an opportunity to get some points, get some good field position. So nice job by that defense coming out in the second half.
So now Hamilton will be forced to punt. And the ball is away. And Fairfield now will receive at the 35-yard line and wrapped up. No, got away from the defender. And now coming over to the near side, that is Stone Butler. And Stone Butler goes out of bounds. I don't know if we gave him some momentum because we were complimenting the name or what, but Butler on a great return.
Well, he's not going to be happy because there's a penalty flag on the field.
Oh, the laundry on the field.
Yes, again.
Steve Caldwell zooming in on that.
To your point, that hidden yardage, man, Fairfield had an opportunity to start well into Hamilton's territory, but for now.
Personal foul. And that goes against Fairfield.
Personal foul.
So again, that hidden yardage, those frustrating penalties, we saw Hamilton with their share of those in the first half. Now we're seeing Fairfield with those.
Yeah.
And again, what was the story we talked about coming into tonight? Hamilton had out one at home, Fairfield had out one on the road.
Right.
So something had to give, and there's a, psychologically, when we were talking about Hamilton, sometimes those teams that have only won a game, sometimes they wait for that other shoe to drop.
Sure.
When you haven't won on the road, you start to wait for that shoe to drop. And it's dropping right now on the Fairfield Indians.
And it's dropping. And unfortunately for Fairfield, I mean, look what they're starting. They're starting at the 21. I mean, that's a huge penalty.
They would have been on the Hamilton side of the ball.
Exactly. After getting the momentum of the stop, on the first drive for Hamilton.
All right, see what Fairfield can do here. 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line. Handoff. That's a good run to start things off for the Indians. That's going to be gain of about 5 or so. Booker on the carry. And that should be 2nd down and about 5.
And again, if you're Fairfield, again, it's all about positive yards. 2-3 yards here, 5 yards here. Create short 3rd down so you have an opportunity to get the 1st down. Playbook, again, becomes wide open. 3rd and 10, not so much. 3rd, 5 and less, you have an opportunity to do whatever you want.
So gain of 5 on the run by Booker. And now at the 27-yard line, Indians facing 2nd down and 5. Back now. Fakes the handoff over the middle. That is caught. And nice little cross pattern there by the Indians. That's going to be a 1st down on the reception. I think that was that Burns on the reception?
That was Burns, yes, sir.
Burns on the reception. So that will move the chains for an Indians 1st down.
And again, back. Nice throw, nice composure. I mean, he really stands in the pocket. He really delivers a good ball. Nice job all around by Fairfield's offense.
Again, the comment that was told to us, steady senior presence.
Yep.
That's what he has. He's displayed it right there. And now looking to throw near side. That is caught. And now turning around and brought down at about the 42-yard line on the reception. That was Mason Thomas. Thomas, a 6'1 junior, wide receiver.
So what I'm noticing right off the rip, Sean, Fairfield getting the ball out quick, getting into their speed guys making plays. So more of a run element in the first half. Let's see, again, Fairfield looks like they're starting to open it up a little bit more.
Well, it's also getting away from that defensive line of Hamilton, right?
Exactly. You don't want to go to their strength, and that strength is the defensive line.
2nd and 4 now for the Indians. Snap, handoff. That's again a throw. Ball tipped up in the air, and that goes down to the field. And for a quarterback, those are the most dangerous balls because they get tipped up in the air and you're just waiting.
Seemed like it was up there for like 10 minutes.
It did.
But nice job by Hamilton's defense, again, creating confusion, getting a stop essentially on 2nd down, creating a 3rd down and, manageable for Fairfield. But again, Hamilton, you don't want to run up against that D-line. You want to get the ball outside and let your playmakers make plays.
Got a question for you about tip drills here in just a minute. 3rd and 4 now for the Indians. Fairfield working at their own 44-yard line. Back the snap, handoff. That's the Booker right up the middle. Booker's got a 1st down, and Booker gets to the 50-yard line. So as a defensive player, again, for those that just tuning in, logging on, Jason played at West Virginia and a standout career there. But how often did you work on tip drills, and what were those like on the defensive line for you?
Well, for linebackers, they were interesting. It never really happened in the game.
Because it didn't happen that much for you, so it had to be just fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to a certain extent. You're like, okay, this is boring. We're probably never going to get one.
You just wanted to hit people.
Always.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Fairfield now working at the 50-yard line. 7:59 to play, 3rd quarter, over the middle. And that was deflected and caught by Fairfield. Hamilton got a hand on the ball, but Mason Thomas right there for the Indians to keep concentration and snag it for a reception, almost a 1st down. It's going to be a gain of 9, 2nd and 1.
Went through the defensive back for Hamilton's hands, right through his hands. Sean, he had it, and it went right through his hands. The guy for Fairfield, Johnny on the spot. Again, Fairfield keeps the chains moving.
2nd and 1 now for the Indians, working at the Big Blue 41-yard line. Booker in the backfield for the Indians. There's a snap, handoff to Booker. Freshman trying to go around the near side, but wrapped up, brought down. Good job by that Hamilton defensive line, wrapping up Booker and bringing him down.
I believe that was Bridges. You're gonna have a hard time running on this side.
Yeah, number 59 on the stop for Hamilton. Thought it was 59, but he's not on my roster. I'll have to check that. Here's Fairfield now. After the first down, moving the chains. Handoff. Now they're back to the rollout. Gets wrapped up, brought down, still moving, and finally brought down. Big loss there. Hamilton doing a great job getting to the backfield and bringing down the QB.
Hamilton's defense said, we've had enough of this. We're sending somebody in the A-gap. Perfect timing on the blitz, was able to get the quarterback down. Nice job by Hamilton's defense. Now Fairfield in a second and really, really long situation.
A loss of 9. Good job there by the Big Blue defense. Fairfield needing to respond now, trailing 7-0, 6:20 to play in the third quarter. Back has trips right. There's the snap, fakes the handoff, back zone keep, it goes right up the middle, big hole for the quarterback, spin move, and struggling forward and gets right at the 31-yard line. That is very close to a first down.
Excellent call by Fairfield's offense. We haven't seen that the whole game. Quarterback keeper right up the middle. Back's got some wheels, got some speed, and he's tough. That was a tough run.
He only usually runs a couple of times a game, but he knows when to do it. Again, that senior presence we talked about with him.
Yep.
And he took advantage. He saw the opportunity. And now it's 3rd and 1.
Big play here for both sides.
3rd and 1. 5.5 minutes to play, third quarter. Booker remains in the backfield. Handoff. And now the quarterback with the keeper, back with a spin move and back with a first down.
I think Fairfield's found something they like, Sean. Back, keeping the ball. When you fake it to the running back essentially becomes a blocker for the quarterback, so you're creating an extra man. So nice job by Fairfield, capitalizing on the previous play and then doing it again this play to get the first down.
Another first down for the Indians. Clock continues to run here in the third quarter. 5:10 to play in the third.
Fairfield's getting close to the red zone. This is where they've had their issues. So let's see if they can stay on track, no penalties, and execute.
Booker remains in the backfield, lines up to the left of back. Defensive line now ready. Back has some time, throws, and that is incomplete. Tried to throw on the far side, pass a little short. It will be second down.
Back would totally like to have that back. His feet were not set, threw it in the ground. Unfortunately, had a guy wide open, did not hit him, but again, he seems to be feeling pretty good. They're giving him an opportunity to make plays. So again, we'll see what they come up with on second down, but you can look for either a pass or maybe the run again with back.
We have some scores around the area. We'll update you on here momentarily after this play. 2nd and 10 now for the Indians. Working at the Big Blue 27-yard line. Receiver comes in motion to the near side. Handoff, that's the back. And wrapped up, brought down at about the 26-yard line. Around the GMC, Sycamore trailing Lakota West. These are halftime scores, 42-0.
Wow.
Running clock in Westchester. Lakota East over Colerain at the half, 14-3. Princeton and Oak Hills tied at 10 at the half.
That's a shocker.
That could get a lot of attention. And Middletown at the half over Mason, 30-7. Meanwhile, Franklin and Ross tied at 14. We'll try and work in a Baden score here momentarily. 3rd and 8 now for the Indians. There's a snap back, looking to throw deep, left side, and that is caught into the end zone. Touchdown, Indians. So the Fairfield Indians respond. And some of the fans for Hamilton thought maybe a little offensive pass interference, but officials didn't see it, or it wasn't. But
there was definitely some pushing going on.
There was some pushing.
There was some pushing going on.
But Fairfield gets into the end zone, and now the extra point. Hunter Gagan on the season, 13 of 15 on his extra point attempts. We mentioned he missed the last 4 field goals. Snap, hold, kick is up. And that's a big sigh of relief for him.
And the coaches.
Yes, kick is through. And that's the thing. I mean, again, these are high school kids.
Sure.
We don't pick favorites or anything like that.
No.
But as a parent, you see a young man like that make the kick finally, you go, okay, good.
Yeah.
You don't want to, if you're a Hamilton Big Blue fan, you don't want to see that, because you tied the game.
Exactly.
But just from the human side of it, you go, all right.
And these are kids.
All right.
Mentally, it doesn't take, they kind of get out of their head sometimes, but nice job on the execution of the field goal.
Yep.
Even better job on the pass. Back. That drive was all him from the start to the finish. Made a great, that throw was right on the money. Well,
yeah.
Could you call a push off? You could, but the ball was placed perfectly. Receiver, all he had to do was go and catch it. Nice job by Fairfield coming back and making plays when it counted.
And give credit again. I'm going to give a lot of credit to Don Vac because they had that penalty.
Yep.
And it was a brain neutral penalty.
Sure.
And he was able, again, that senior composure, he kept his team into it and just said, follow me, guys.
Yep.
And made some throws, made some runs.
And that may be the difference in terms of having that senior leadership. We talked about Hamilton. They got a lot of underclassmen. And, again, when you get into situations like this, seniors have been in these moments, and they're able to withstand the pressure. Now let's see what Hamilton can do now that the score essentially is 0-0 again.
It is. 3:57 left to play, third quarter, and we are all tied up at 7.
What a game. It's a good game.
And here's the Indians.
Yeah.
Bryant Bailey back to receive. Ball goes into the end zone. Baden, by the way, third quarter over Carroll, 48-0.
Wow.
So another
big
running
scores.
clock game. Yes.
Big scores this week.
Meanwhile, our score 7-all. And now, as you just mentioned, Jason, let's talk about Hamilton Big Blue. Let's see how the Big Blue respond.
Yeah, we talked about – go ahead, I'm sorry.
Your first drive of the half didn't go your way. Fairfield put together a long drive. Now let's see what Hamilton can do to try and get the lead back here.
Exactly. Momentum. It's swinging back and forth between both teams.
Andre Bailey, that handoff fake, and now it's throw. Now it's caught to Bryant. Did he hold on to the ball? He did. And so Bryant gets the ball at the 30-yard line. That is going to be a Hamilton first down. Good way to start the first, actually to the 32 is where they're going to mark the ball. So moving the chains, a Big Blue first down.
Yeah, a great way to start out a drive. Bailey to Bryant. That seems to be a connection. Again, I think Hamilton's done a great job of running, don't get me wrong. But, man, when they open it up in the offense, they get these explosive plays, and we talked about that connection.
McLean had 99 yards in the first half. First and 10 now, working at their own 32-yard line. Snap, handoff to Bailey. Bailey up the middle, and Bailey to the 36, 37-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 5.
And again, slowly, methodical, running the ball, going to take their shot over the top. But offensive line is playing well. Fairfield, important for them to get a stop because, again, get the ball back, have an opportunity to score. But Hamilton, again, you want to move the ball, you want to chew up some clock, and you also want to make some explosive plays moving forward.
Second down and 4 for the Big Blue. McLean now working out of a gun, has Bailey in the backfield. Receivers on either side to work with. McLean now with the snap. Handoff, Bailey. Bailey trying to turn around the near side, lowers his shoulder, lunging forward, and up to about the 43-yard line or so. That should be a gain of 5. And that may be enough to move the chains for another first down. It's close, so they're going to give it to him. I think they are. Yes.
Yeah. Nice run by Bailey. Nothing was inside, bounced it outside, and was able to get the first down. Nice vision by that running back.
And give credit to the Fairfield defense. Bailey has not been allowed to get anything explosive. He's had some solid runs, 4 or 5 yards here and there. Yeah. We've talked a couple times. It looks like he's close to breaking one, but he's not broken off that big highlight reel play yet.
And I think that was the emphasis for Fairfield's defense.
Yes.
Look, we got to stop this guy. We got to get everybody to the ball. The best way to stop a running back is get everybody to the ball.
McLean now again working from a gun. Quarterback with the snap. Handoff to Bailey. Bailey turns the corner. Bailey up to the 50-yard line into Indians territory and marked down at the 49-yard line, a gain of 7.
And we talked about, Sean, the more Hamilton starts to run, does Fairfield start to get tired? We're getting into the third quarter. Conditioning becomes a key. You run. Let's see how Fairfield holds up. 5 yards here, 6 yards here. Hamilton's sticking to their game plan, which is to run the ball and give Bailey the ball.
Well, on each side, in the trenches, I mean, these guys are just – every play. And again, we've had some passing play, especially Fairfield in that last drive.
Yep.
But it's been a lot of running, right?
Yep. Yeah,
and so
exactly.
on the lines, it gets tough, right?
Yep, exactly. And then in the fourth quarter, that's when we're going to see the effects of running it for 3 straight quarters.
2nd and 2 now for the Big Blue. Snap. Now McLean looking to throw, rolls out to his left, he throws, and that's a little wobbler, and that's incomplete. Excuse me, rolled out to his right, but incomplete. And I think he got hit as he threw, which made the ball a little susceptible to be picked off. But fortunately for Hamilton, it falls to the turf right in front of Harry, and that'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, give Fairfield's defense some credit. They got some pressure on the quarterback.
There's Harry right there. Look at Harry. Our microphone is fantastic.
Harry.
The handler does great too.
You're the man.
Getting all the noise, picking up every sound there. He does outstanding. Love Harry. So here we go now, 3rd and 2 for Hamilton. McLean with the snap. Hand off to Bailey. Bailey, hop, skip, lunge forward. 1st down, Hamilton. Again, another little 5-6 yard gain, enough to move the chains and keep this drive going.
Methodical drive, methodical. You're running the ball here, one side, other side. You're doing different types of counters. You're doing traps. You're really keeping Fairfield's defense on their heels.
So from the 41-yard line, 1st and 10 now for Hamilton, working in Indians territory. 50 seconds to play, 3rd quarter.
If you're Hamilton's coach, you got to be happy because we talked about when adversity hits, how do they handle that? They've seemed to come back after the Fairfield score, and now they're mounting a drive of their own.
McLean looks left, looks right, takes a snap. Quick throw near side to Bryant. Bryant hops over, put on the cape and leaped over the defender, and a flag comes in late. And I don't like the body language of RV Crouch. It looks like it's going to go against Hamilton. And let's see what this call is here.
Looks like they're huddling again. Done a lot of that this game.
Bryant, though.
Yeah, he hurdled.
You will believe a man can fly. But let's see what this is. Officials talking it over. They're looking over to RV saying, just stay over there. And RV is glaring at them.
Not happy. No. If looks can kill, right?
Well, he's, I don't know if a coach could ever give a strong enough look to get, the call change. But
No.
look what the officials just did.
Right, they just moved away.
They decided we need to move away from him a little bit. Because I'm not sure what the call would be, if it's holding or what, but.
That's the only call I would think it would be if there was somebody, another teammate that was, again, I don't know. It was kind of a bang-bang play.
It's in the area where Bryant leapt over the defender.
Sure. And they're taking an awful long time to decide what the call is, which.
I think they're just trying to decide who's going to tell him.
Okay.
Nobody wants to tell RV.
Rock, paper, scissors? We're doing that?
Can we get Harry to get the microphone into the officials, though? That'd be great.
That would be awesome.
Harry, the name of the microphone, by the way. So what did we get there?
I have no idea. I'm not sure.
So it's going to go against.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Big Blue.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Oh. So they're explaining to RV, and he's just putting a hand on the shoulder of the official.
He's being very gentle.
Come
right
on,
now.
man. You saw my guy leap. So the 1st down stands.
Yep.
So the call, whatever the infraction was, happened after the 1st down. So the good thing for Hamilton is they get the 1st down. The bad thing is it's 1st and 21.
Another penalty.
Another penalty.
We've talked about it. We've talked about it in the first half, and now rears his ugly head.
And now McLean hands off to Bailey, tries to go around the far side, and he's going to get up close to the 50-yard line, a gain of 2. And that may end the 3rd quarter of play. We'll see if Hamilton tries to throw one more play on. They did it in the first half.
2nd and 19.
If they try and sneak one in here, I don't think they are. So that will be the end of the 3rd quarter of play. So after 3 quarters, it's Hamilton 7, Fairfield 7, as we get ready for the 4th quarter. So here we are, Jason, rivalry game. 2 teams coming in. We did the proverbial throw the records out the window. It doesn't matter what the records are. This is a rivalry game because that's what we do, right? We hype it up, right? But it has lived up to that. We're tied at 7. We've had some big explosive plays. We've had some hard hits. It's everything that a rivalry game should be.
No question. I mean, to your point, hard hits, low-scoring game, defensive battle. I mean, it's just been a slugfest. I mean, it's a throwback game. These two teams, they came out. They're both physical. They both want to run the ball. And at the end of the day, we're in the fourth quarter in a tie game. What more can we ask for, Sean?
I don't think we can ask for anything more, so we'll just be grateful for what we have, right?
Exactly.
By the way, again, want to mention Hamilton Community Foundation, City of Hamilton, Hamilton City Schools. Thank you for your support of TV Hamilton. Their support allows us to bring this game to you and all of the TV Hamilton programming. So, again, we appreciate them as always. And, again, big weekend in Hamilton. You're going to see Operation Pumpkin programming this week. Big weekend downtown Hamilton on High Street. So, certainly, if you get a chance, an opportunity to go into Hamilton this weekend and enjoy Operation Pumpkin, the food trucks and the pumpkins and the live music and everything going on. It's a big weekend around the Hamilton area, and certainly a good time if you get the chance to partake in that. Here we go, 2nd and 19 now for Hamilton as we switch sides. Big Blue now moving right to left on your TV Hamilton screen. And now here we go. Working out of a gun, McLean. Hard count. Takes a snap. Little three-step drop. Goes to the far side. That is going to be incomplete. Right into the hands of the receiver. Ball was thrown a little low, and now it's going to be 3rd down.
Yeah, the ball was thrown a little low, but I think the receiver could have caught it. And now it sets up Hamilton. Again, we hate to harp on it, but the penalty was huge. It is, what is it, 3rd and 19?
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's a hard thing to try to, what's in the playbook on a 3rd and 19? What play do you have to complete that pass?
By the way, I just see on the scoreboard, the Hamilton Boosters are having a drawing for a golf cart. As a general rule, I do not partake in the drawings at games because it will look weird if the announcer wins.
Sure.
But I may have to think about that one. Here we go now, 3rd and 19 from the 50. McLean throwing deep, left side, and that is going to be incomplete. Overthrew the receiver by a lot.
A lot.
And now it's going to be 4th down. And Big Blue's defense is going to be asked to rise up to the occasion with 11:50 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, again, both teams, we have a dynamic. One team hasn't won at home. One team hasn't won on the road. So this last 11 minutes is going to be key. Which offense or defense can execute the game plan moving forward?
Can we go back to the Boosters, though, in the golf cart? That's a pretty good prize. We've been around to a lot of games.
Yes.
I've seen, freezers full of meat.
Yeah.
And a golf cart, though?
A golf cart.
That's awesome.
I know somebody who can wrap it, too.
I'm sure you do. And now there's the punt, and it takes a bounce at the 18-yard line. It takes
Great
a Hamilton
punt.
roll, and Big Blue, look at this, Jason.
Wow.
Rolling all the way down to the 1.
We talked about special teams.
How about that punt?
We talked about special teams. How big was that punt? Again, momentum. You're in a 3rd and 19. You don't complete it, but you get a punt that lands at the 1-yard line. Now, if you're Hamilton's defense, again, you get a stop here. You get the ball in good field position. But if you're Fairfield, again, all you're trying to do is get positive yards, get a couple first downs, and just get out of this hole that they're in.
Actually, I think they're going to say it's closer to the 2, but still.
Still, great punt.
So Fairfield needs to go, 98 yards for a touchdown. But big opportunity here for Hamilton's defense because, again, Hamilton's defense has gotten turnovers.
Sure.
They've gotten the quarterback in the backfield. So, again, opportunity here for Hamilton's defense to rise up. Handoff. And the back comes up, and he's going to get brought down about the 8-yard line. Good job by the Big Blue defense right there. Number 7, one of those in on the stop, Jaden Lewis. He was in there along with number 52, Braden Bailey.
And if you're the Big Blue defense, Sean, this is a crucial series. You got Fairfield pinned back. You got those defensive linemen probably licking their chops. They really need to get a stop here. But for Fairfield, again, 4 or 5 yards here makes it a lot easier to deal with when you're out of that end zone.
6-yard gain by Booker on the carry. It's going to be 2nd down and 4. And there's the snap. Handoff to Booker. No, quarterback keeper coming around the near side and lunging forward to about the 18-yard line. Good job again by Dom Back. And he lunges forward and gets an Indians first down.
I'll tell you what would they be without what they didn't have back in the second half? He's been the catalyst for everything they've done offensively, whether it be running the ball, throwing the ball. Again, steady leadership. We talked about it. Senior guy, been through these situations before, and you can tell he handles it with very good composure.
The one scouting report I read, one of the ones I said, it said not flashy, but he gets it done.
Exactly.
First and 10 at their own 18. And
Oh.
now fumble. And now diving on the field, and let's see who comes up with it. Big Blue says it's their ball. Indians say it's their ball. And the first official says it is Fairfield's ball.
Wow.
Recovered by the Indians.
And the Indians recover that. But big play there.
Huge.
And the clock is continuing to run. So that's going to be second down, a loss of 3 on the play on the fumble.
Yeah, Fairfield's fortunate to get that back, Sean. Just a mishandle between the quarterback and the running back. Really, really lucky to get that ball back.
So a loss of 3 makes it second down and 13. Indians now at their own 17-yard line. There's a snap, handoff, and going right up the middle to about the 20, 22-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 4 or 5, depending on the spot. That's Wheeler on the carry, and it's going to be third down.
And we haven't really mentioned Fairfield's offensive line. They've done a pretty good job against a pretty stout defensive line, so we got to give them a little bit of credit. But again,
especially in the second half.
Especially in the second half, they've been able to run the ball a little bit. Obviously, pass protect has been great. So again, Fairfield's in a situation. You get this first down, now you can start to run your regular offense.
3rd and 6 now for the Indians, working at their own 22. Schwarm Stadium rocking, and now back looking to throw, goes to the far side, and that is caught. Is it or not?
I don't think so.
No, incomplete. So incomplete, 4th down, and special teams now are coming out.
Yeah, nice job by the Hamilton defense stopping Fairfield. Now, again, you give your offense an opportunity to get the ball for Fairfield. Extremely important play on this punt, and you want to potentially back them up a little bit if you can. But again, Hamilton's defense, nice job coming through with it when they needed to have a stop. They got it.
Elijah Jones gets ready to receive. He's going to be joined back there. I believe that's Bailey. And now the punt is away. And fair catch, and that's going to be at about the 43-yard line, 44-yard line. So here's the Hamilton Big Blue, Jason. 8:55 left to play in the game. And they've got the ball at their own 44-yard line, moved right to left.
Yep, opportunity, big-time opportunity for Hamilton. Got great field position. Again, Coach, we talked about what Coach said, finishing the game. This is a perfect example of Hamilton needs to put together a drive, score a touchdown, and finish the game. And it starts right here with this drive.
Bailey in the backfield. Does he have an explosive play in him tonight? This would be a good time to unleash it if he does. Receivers go in motion, and multiple flags come in, and that's going to go against Hamilton.
That was a cluster.
That was, yeah.
There was a lot of people moving.
Hamilton. 5-yard penalty.
It was one of those plays where there were so many.
You don't even know.
Everybody just looking like, really?
Okay, I guess we got to throw the
Yeah,
flag.
I mean, yeah, so anyway, not the way you wanted the drive to start, but
Not at all.
5 yards, it's okay. You can overcome that.
Exactly.
First and 15 now at their own 39-yard line. Clay now sends one person in motion to the near side. That's Bryant. And now McLean looking to throw. He's looking. He goes over the middle. Got hit. Incomplete. Almost picked off by Kobe Lewis. And McLean got rocked as he threw that ball. That's the second time that's happened to him tonight.
Yeah, and Fairfield's done a good job of getting pressure on McLean. And that's the only reason, that's the only way they've been able to stop it. They've gotten pressure.
Second down. Team looking over the sideline. Coaching staff sending in the play. Bailey remains in the backfield. McLean now looking to throw. No, whistle blown.
Wow.
And
ball started on the Big Blue.
Big Blue, another penalty.
5-yard penalty. It'll be
So another
second and
5-yard penalty against Hamilton will now make it second down and 20.
Yeah, Fairfield snuck up their linebacker in the A-gap, and he blitzed, and I think somebody flinched for Hamilton's offensive line. Again, penalties. We can't stress enough how they set you back. And again, Hamilton, one penalty, now another penalty, and now we're talking second and 20.
By the way, Oak Hill 17, Princeton 10, third quarter.
Wow.
Yeah. Here we go, 2nd and 20 now for Big Blue. McLean throwing far side. That is caught. And now getting around and out of bounds near around the 41, 42-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 7 or 8. And it'll be 3rd down.
Huge 3rd down here for Hamilton. You want to try to get the 1st down, but if you're Fairfield, you stop them, you have an opportunity to gain some field position. So a huge swing in momentum right here on this play.
Everything else in the GMC a blowout right now. East over Coleraine 34-3, West over Sycamore 49-0, Middletown over Mason 30-7. Those are either 3rd or 4th quarter scores. And now there's the snap. Rolling out to the near side. McLean throwing on the run. Pass was high, incomplete, and that's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, nice job by Hamilton's offense getting McLean out on the outside. Just an errant throw. Nice job by Fairfield, though, cleaning it up. So, again, Hamilton's got a punt. Still tied. Still a lot of game time left. But, again, Hamilton's got to do a great job of not only getting this punt off, but covering it. Just want to make sure you're not getting that field position. That's so important when it comes down to these games.
So Fairfield now back to receive. Stone Butler, one of the 2 players for the Indians, doing the honors.
Greg Lawrence, Stone Butler back in for the Indians.
There's the snap. Punt is away. And Butler's going to receive that about the 25-yard line. Starts to turn upfield to the 35, to the 40, and dives down at about the 45-yard line. And that's where Fairfield will begin this drive. Moving left to right on your TV Hamilton screen.
Nice return by Stone Butler. Not a very good punt by Hamilton's punter. Fairfield takes good advantage of it, and now they got nice field position going into this particular drive.
And we have a flag on the field, I do believe. We do. And so let's see what this is going to be. It looks like it's on Hamilton based on the location. And the official now letting us know what this is.
Holding on the kicking team, penalties declined. Indians take over 1st and 10.
So penalty against Hamilton will be declined. So ball now at the 45-yard line for the Indians, moving left to right.
Much better situation than the last drive when you're on the 2-yard line. At the 45, you got plenty of options. Again, let's see if Fairfield puts it in the hands of Back, and let's see what he can do with the ball.
Don Back, the quarterback for the Indians, has played a great 2nd half. And let's see what he can come up with here. 8:25 to play in the game. There's a snap. Handoff to the running back, going right into the teeth of the defensive line. And Hamilton's defensive line responding. Nice job there by the defensive line. Number 48 for the Big Blue, one of those in there on the stop.
It'll be 2nd and 7.
And again, I don't have a number 48 on my roster.
I looked at mine too. All right.
Sometimes it happens on week 8. Some of the numbers have changed and whatever. It's okay.
But overall, nice play by 48.
Those of you watching who know number 48, he was great there on the play. 2nd and 7 after 3-yard pickup by the Indians. Handoff, no, Back throwing over the middle. That is caught.
Wow.
By Lawrence. And tried to break free for a big play, but got tackled right at the shoestrings.
Yeah, touchdown saving tackle by Hamilton. Nice play by Back. Fake the dive, quick pop pass to the receiver. Receiver runs a slant. Again, getting the ball out quick. Don't let those defensive line get their hands up. Nice job by Fairfield. But again, now Hamilton's in a position where they need to make a stop.
Ball at the 33-yard line. 1st down, Indians. Clock continues to run. We're down to 7:19 to play. And now there's the handoff. That's Booker. Again, going right to the defensive line. And again, the defensive line showing its teeth and bringing him down. Good job by the Hamilton Big Blue on the stop. It'll be 2nd down and about 9.
Man, when you got guys on the defensive line that play like that, those guys are tough to block. They get off blocks really well. And again, Fairfield's had a tough time running inside unless they give Back the ball. Other than that, they really haven't had opportunities to gain big-time yards. They've had here and there spots, but, it's been tough to run against those defensive linemen. They're as advertised.
Meanwhile, clock continues to run. We're down to 6:33 to play in the game. There's the snap. Back throw near side. That is incomplete. Receiver tried to cover it. That was Lawrence. Ball bounced off the turf. And that's going to be 3rd and 9.
Huge play on this 3rd down, Sean. Fairfield opportunity to hopefully get the first down for them. Again, go ahead.
Actually, Lawrence, the pass was complete, but Lawrence was down. It's a 2-yard loss.
Wow. Even better for the Big Blue defense. 3rd and long, got to play the sticks. Again, if you're Fairfield, you try to get as much as you can, knowing that you may go for it on 4th down.
So here we go. Trips left for the quarterback to work with. Back, looking to throw. Under pressure, rolls out to his left, gets hit as he throws, and that is going to be incomplete. Great job in the secondary by the Hamilton Big Blue. Give credit to the defensive line. They hit the quarterback as he threw the ball, and the defensive backfield made sure that the pass would not be caught.
And that's the defensive line helping the secondary out. Fortunately, Hamilton played that great, got pressure on back, and back is actually hurt. Like, he's hurt. So I'm not sure. He got a really but excellent job by the defensive line getting pressure on back, and then secondary making the play on the ball.
With back clearly is a little shaken up. I'm shocked that Fairfield's not taking a timeout.
I agree.
This is a 4th down play, and the play clocks are not running. So I don't know where we are. I'm sure the officials are counting it, but Fairfield now 4th down and 11. This could be the game.
Huge play.
Huge. Back now. Drops back, throws over the middle, pass deflected, incomplete, flag on the play. And let's see what this call is.
Looks like a hold.
Yeah, and Hamilton's going to decline that, obviously. So Big Blue is going to take over on downs. And a big play there by Hamilton, and give them credit, both on the defensive line and in the secondary, because that 3rd down play was absolutely huge, Jason.
Yeah, if you're the defensive coordinator, that's what you want to see. You want to see guys working together, and that was a perfect example. D-line doing their job, secondary doing their job, and now Hamilton has an opportunity. Again, this is what they wanted. This is what we talked about, finish. Now they have that opportunity.
So here we go, 5:44 to go in the game. We are tied at 7. Big Blue with the ball driving right to left. McLean, the snap, handoff, Bailey up the middle, and Bailey to the 40-yard line, a pickup of 6.
He's close. We say it all the time. That was 6 yards, but it looked like it could have been more than that. Again, nice job by Hamilton. Speeding up the tempo. Look, they're getting up on the ball. They're getting up on the ball quick, making sure they're ready to go. And again, getting Bailey the ball is going to be key in this drive.
I will always say that coaches will forget more football than I will ever know. But if Fairfield loses this game, you go back to not calling the timeout there.
Exactly.
Here's McLean. Snap, handoff, Bailey again up the middle, and again, Bailey getting up to about the 47, 48-yard line. Make it the 48. That's going to be a gain of 7, and that's going to move the chains for a Big Blue 1st down.
And Sean, what did we talk about in the 3rd quarter? Tired?
The fatigue factor,
fatigue,
right?
I think Fairfield is maybe a little bit tired. You got guys with their hands on their hips. I mean, again, that's what happens when you pound. In the 4th quarter, you realize, okay, we can keep pounding them, and if we keep pounding them, they're gonna fall.
Receiver now goes in motion. That's Elijah. Snap, handoff to Bailey. Bailey now bouncing up to the near side. Bailey moving forward, and Bailey into Fairfield territory at the 48-yard line.
And if you're Hamilton, this is just what you wanted. 5 yards here, staying ahead of the sticks, running up the middle, running outside. Again, Bailey's doing a good job of reading the holes, and again, the offensive line is playing excellent.
So 4:23 left to play in the game. Clock is running. And Bailey consistently tonight has gotten 4 or 5 yards almost every time he's touched the ball.
Exactly.
Pick up a 5 on that last carry. Bailey now going the near side, turns the corner, lowers the shoulder, and he's going to get to about the 46-yard line. That's going to be a gain of maybe 1. And that's going to be 3rd down.
3rd and 4.
Now what does Hamilton do? 3rd and 4, you can run Bailey. You have a quarterback that throws the ball deep, but you definitely want to keep the sticks moving. It's really important to get this 1st down and keep this drive going.
3:42 left to play. Big Blue with the ball, trying to win their first game at home this season. McLean with the snap. Hand off to Bailey. Bailey up the middle. Bailey with a first down and more. Credit Bailey, credit the offensive line.
Yeah, you can't say enough about the offensive line in this particular drive. They've drive blocking. Bailey's getting 4 or 5 yards a carry, and again, I totally believe Fairfield's defensive line is getting tired. And I love the way Hamilton is getting up on the ball and running plays quickly.
They went right behind the guard and tackle. That's Robbie Flack and Tyler Hale, and got that first down.
Yeah, nice job by those guys. Offensive line for Hamilton has really stood out in this fourth quarter.
Give credit to the offensive line. Hudson, Harvey, Phillips, they played a great job tonight. Snap a little low, handoff. Bailey has some room. Bailey inside the 35, down to the 34, a gain of 6.
You know what? He's just one of those guys that's just hard to tackle. He's just a hard kid to tackle. He doesn't overwhelm you with size, but he's got quicks and he's got great vision.
2nd down and 3. Clock starting to become a factor. 2:39 left to play. If you're wondering about the kicking situation for Hamilton, Connor Stevens, 3 of 3, his longest 43 yards. There's a snap, McLean, far side. That is caught at the 27, and receiver goes out of bounds, but not before picking up another big blue first down.
Nice. You run the ball. Now the pass is open up. You made the completion. Keep those chains moving.
Jordan Bryant on the reception for Hamilton. And that a first down for Hamilton, but stops the clock as well.
You imagine Hamilton's going to go back to the running game. It's been their bread and butter this drive in the whole fourth quarter.
Well, the other thing, too, is you want to just run time off the clock. You don't want to give Fairfield another chance.
Exactly.
And now handoff, Bailey up the middle, and Bailey still moving, and Bailey brought down at about the 15-yard line, so Hamilton now moving into the Indians' red zone.
6 yards, 5 yards, 4 yards. I mean, look at those guys from Fairfield getting up slow. You can tell they're winded. And again, Hamilton's taking full advantage. And again, the offensive line, if you're in a game and as an offensive lineman, you see this, it just gets you even more fired up.
Big Blue looking over the sideline, getting the call in from the coaching staff. Arvie Crouch, J.G. Vonderheim, the team. And now we have a whistle, and I think a timeout call by Big Blue. And let's go ahead and keep it here for that with the timeout. So updates from around the area. That Princeton score getting a lot of attention from those in the press box. So right now, Oak Hill's maintaining a lead over Princeton late third quarter, 20-17. Lakota West 56-0 over Sycamore. Colerain, Lakota East 34-10 over Colerain, and Middletown over Mason 37-7. Hamilton will play at Middletown next week. Obviously a crucial game there. Other scores around the area: Franklin over Ross in the fourth quarter, 21-14. Edgewood trailing Valley View, 28-21. Baden was winning handily. Talawanda trailing Harrison, 30-7 in the third quarter. And giving my Baden update. Baden, 55-6 over Carroll. That's in the fourth quarter.
That's a running clock.
Meanwhile, our score here, 7-all, with 1:41 left to play here at the Schwarm.
Again, Fairfield got a chance to catch their breath. Really need to bow their backs and stop Hamilton. But Hamilton, all they're doing is running the ball, and they're being so effective with it.
Here's McLean, the quarterback. 2nd and 5. Snap, handoff Bailey. Bailey up the middle, and he lunges forward, and he's going to be at the 10-yard line, a gain of 6.
And the one thing I've noticed about Bailey, Sean, when he gets tackled, he's always lunging forward. Like you hit him, and he gets 1 or 2 extra yards. So really good leg drive, really good vision in terms of hitting the hole, and then he's got really good feet. So again, the combination with that, with the offensive line, and Hamilton's had a great opportunity to score right now.
And most importantly, first down. And now it'll be 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Handoff, Bailey. Bailey now coming near side, gets inside around the 7-yard line before being brought down. And now we have a timeout on the field. Fairfield. And you got to think Fairfield's going to probably burn through their timeouts here.
Yeah, I think Fairfield, at this point, you got to exhaust all your options. You got to try to hope for getting a turnover at this point. But if you're Hamilton, ball security is the key. You're close to scoring. make sure that's emphasized in the huddle. Hey, we got to hold on to the ball. But again, they're running. I mean, this has been nothing but runs on this drive, except maybe a couple passes. So if you're Hamilton, you're going to continue to do the same thing because it's been working.
By the way, we just want to take a moment to thank Missy Harvey, the entire team here at Hamilton High School for their hospitality, and all the various sponsors, the food in the press box, just everybody all around allowing us to come in and bring this game to you and to do so in a manner which we appreciate the hospitality.
Of course. Hospitality has always been great at Hamilton. Always.
67 seconds remaining. As we mentioned, Big Blue has not won a game at home all year. Fairfield has not won a game on the road all year. And Hamilton now second and goal from the 7. Fairfield and Hamilton each with 2 timeouts remaining. And this would be a 24-yard field goal if they kicked it right now. McLean now sending Elijah in motion to the far side. Snap, handoff, that's Bailey. Bailey up the middle. And Bailey, did he get the touchdown? He did! 7 yards out. Bailey cuts through the hole and slams the ball in the end zone.
That was a drive, nothing but Bailey and the offensive line. You got to give credit to both of those, the offensive line and Bailey, for getting the job done. And now Hamilton, they have the lead. And this is what they asked for. They finished the drive.
You talk about a mic drop. You put, slam the exclamation point. Bailey did that, slamming the ball in the end zone as he went down. That was great. Snap, hold, kick is up, kick is through. And so the Hamilton Big Blue lead Fairfield by a score of 14-7. It's not over yet.
No.
62 seconds left to play. 2 timeouts on each side. We know the history of this rivalry. So if you're Hamilton, you feel good, but you're not done yet.
No, the job's not done until the clock strikes 0. So again, offense did their job. We talk about football being the ultimate team sport. Now the defense gets an opportunity to close it out for Hamilton.
By the way, we are being shown on the big screen at Operation Pumpkin. How's everybody doing in downtown Hamilton tonight? I think I heard the scream. That's great.
Oh, for sure we heard
There
the
we go. Appreciate that. So here we go. 62 seconds left to play for the Big Blue in Fairfield. Hamilton leading by a score of 14-7.
And again, if you're Hamilton, special teams, make sure you get this kickoff. Make sure you get it as deep as possible. And again, on defense, you got to play the sticks. You got to play the coverage. Make Fairfield work for everything they get.
So Hamilton preparing to kick off now. Again, 62 seconds left to play, along with my tag team partner, Jason Williams. My name is Sean Stidham, and here we go. Kickoff will be fielded at around the 10-yard line, and here come the Indians. Coming up the middle, that's Stone Butler on the return, and he is brought down right around the 22-yard line.
Nice job by the kickoff team for Hamilton. Again, getting him down, having Fairfield start from the 25. Huge play.
55 seconds left to play. And out comes the Fairfield Indians. Dom Back, the quarterback, number 6 for the Indians, has had a stellar second half of the game. And now the Big Blue defensive line, which has played so well tonight. Can you go 55 more seconds? Can you get the ball back? Can you seal the victory at the Schwarm? Back with the snap. Looks over the middle, under pressure, rolls out, flags on the field, hit as he throws. Ball goes out of bounds, but now multiple yellow handkerchiefs on the field, so let's see what this call is going to be. Each side has had their problems throughout the game with penalties, so it only makes sense, Jason, that we see more, correct?
Exactly, but to your point about the defensive line, this is most likely going to be a holding call, and it is. The defensive line has been the stalwarts all year, and this is the time where they need to step up and close this game out, and that's what they're doing right now. That holding penalty for Hamilton is huge.
So that penalty now goes against the Indians. It's going to be first down and 20. Indians backed up to their own 13-yard line. We have 49 seconds left to play.
And if you're defensive backs, the rule of thumb, don't let anything get behind you. Don't let anybody get behind you. Whatever you do, don't let anybody get behind you.
First and 20 at their own 13. Trips to the right for Back to work with. There's the snap. Back now looking to throw. Again under pressure. He takes off on his own to the 20-yard line. Back now to the 28, going out of bounds around the 30. And so back is going to, I believe, Hayden Turner forced him out of bounds. It's very close, and maybe a few yards shy of the first down.
30-yard line.
They say he went out at the 30, so that's going to be just shy of a Fairfield first down, but it does stop the clock.
Exactly. Nice job by Back stopping the clock, getting some yards. But again, that defensive line is teeing off against the offensive line. They're able to rush 3 and put everybody in coverage, which is a big deal when you're trying to stop them from getting all the way down the field. So defensive line has been key the whole game.
Each side with 2 timeouts remaining, and now here's Back throwing deep over the middle. Picked off by Hamilton. Big Blue with the interception at the 50-yard line. And now going down on the field, and the Hamilton Big Blue are 29 seconds away from winning their first game of the year at home and knocking off the Fairfield Indians.
Again, more pressure. Back had to throw it a little further than he wanted to. Hamilton does a great job at safety coming to pick the ball off Sean. Again, that defensive line has been a catalyst all year. Nothing more effective than those guys getting to the quarterback and making them throw it high. Nice job by the defensive line.
And you brought it up earlier, Jason, the defense doing their job all the way around.
Right.
Defensive line putting the pressure on Back.
Exactly.
Defensive backfield getting it the secondary, picking off the pass. Great job by the Big Blue.
And now we're in the best formation you could ever have, Sean. Victory formation.
And so now the Swarm fans are on their feet. And we kneel down. Is Fairfield going to call a timeout?
They are.
They are. It's a rivalry game, right? That's what you do.
Second timeout.
But look at the Hamilton sideline, Sean. I mean, again, not having a win at home, and I hate to harp on it, but coach, finish what you start. They have been able to do that tonight, and this is going to be a huge win moving forward. This is one of those wins that can catapult a team not only for this year, but the future in terms of Hamilton football.
We don't want to jinx it.
No,
25 seconds left. Stranger things have happened, right?
Yeah, you're right.
No, I mean, for RV Crouch and J.D. Vonderhyde, if this score holds,
yes,
they the entire Hamilton team, the coaching staff, everybody, it's been a very challenging season, right?
Yes.
And to be able to get this win at home, and we'll see what happens with Princeton.
Right.
We know we talked about the playoff scenario. Hamilton's not eliminated, but they need help.
Sure.
But they certainly got to win out.
Yep, exactly.
And
they did their part.
Down.
Yep.
Timeout taken by Fairfield.
Fairfield will take the final timeout.
Third and final timeout of the game.
So again, schedule the rest of the way. Hamilton next week on the road at Middletown, at Barnett. The history, we talk about the rivalry between Hamilton and Fairfield. That rivalry between Hamilton and Middletown.
That's real.
That gets a little.
That's personal.
As someone who has had the pleasure of calling a lot of those games, they're a little more intense. They're a little more intense. But and then Hamilton will come back home week 10 to take on Coleraine here at the Swarm. But again, one more kneel down. Let's not jinx it, right? Let's make sure we get to see this all the way through if you're a Hamilton fan. But Big Blue in that victory formation. And there you go. So the Hamilton Big Blue come home to the Swarm. You see RV Crouch looking at the fans, arms extended skyward. And Big Blue knocks off the Fairfield Indians. Final score, 14-7. Jason Williams, your final thoughts as we wrap up with the Swarm.
And that's
a complete victory all the way around. Offense, defense, special teams, everybody did their job. They faced some adversity. They came back, they withstood that adversity, and they got the win. The confidence now for these kids is going to be sky high because they've seen it through. They've seen all the losses. They wondered if they're ever going to win. They've been through some things. Penalties have cost them in other games, but now they get through a game and they win in spite of some of the mistakes they made. They persevere. It was all persistence. And the coaches, they should be ecstatic because this could catapult Hamilton to new heights in terms of the confidence that they have moving forward.
Hopefully all of you at Operation Pumpkin enjoyed this. I think we may have helped some vendors make some extra sales tonight. We'll find out later.
Yeah.
Big thanks again to Missy Harvey and the entire team in Hamilton for their hospitality. And one final time, a big thank you to the Hamilton Community Foundation, the City of Hamilton, and Hamilton City Schools for their support of TV Hamilton. But most importantly, thanks to all of you making us a part of your Friday night or whenever you're watching this. You've been watching Hamilton Big Blue football on TV Hamilton. For Jason Williams, I'm Sean Stidham. Good night, everyone.